There's no sound. And
You're
I
in.
know, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching the world. We've got no sound, is what I'm hearing from Deandra. And I don't know if you guys can hear me. So at least let me know. We've had a little bit of an audio glitch that got us a little bit behind on getting things started. If not, I'll just have to dance or do some interpretive art or something until everybody says, hey, but I can hear myself in the background. Now there's sound. So I'm wondering if Brendan's got sound. Brendan, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can hear Brendan in the background, Deandra, then we're good to go. Boxing Day Rumble. Oh no, too many caps already for Will I Am Bo. Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching the world. Now I can do it with excitement. Sean Driver, everybody's good. Tobias is there. We're wonderful. It's been redesigns everywhere and little Boxing Day hiccups, and you'd think it's the hangover from Christmas. I don't know what's going on, but I hope everybody had a wonderful one with you and yours and doing all your sort of stuff. I've been looking forward to this one mostly because I'm going to get back on the right foot. Brendan also has sound. Everything is wonderful. Perfect. Brendan, how was Christmas? How's the start of your Boxing Day? How you been in the last, what, 4 days since we've seen you last?
Yeah, good, good. Everything's gone well. Christmas was good. Family, everyone's healthy and happy. How about you? You had to put on the show for the kids and everything.
Oh man, that's the best part about Christmas, isn't it? It was just mass chaos. I mean, we just stayed at home, the parents and everybody up north, and so we stayed here down in the Lower Mainland in the house and got everything ready. And different dynamic. The last 4 years, it was slow and painful opening up presents because every toy had to be played with, and yesterday was lightning quick, tore through everything, and so yeah, W&G, if you guys don't know, for those of you who are in the chat and you're wondering what's going on, W&G is live in the race course. And he's still so dedicated. He's like, I'll see if I can update the scores. I was like, dude, don't. Oh, there is an echo. Is that echo, Tobias, from me or from Brendan or from both? I guess is the question. We'll attend to that as we go through things and try to figure it out. I can hear myself in the background, Brendan. I'm not sure if I normally can. So it could be me reverberating through the microphone on your end. I don't know if that's requires headset or what's going on, but we'll figure that out in the interim. What can I say about so W&G, if you're watching, enjoy the match. You don't have to worry about us. I can take care of the scores. Brendan can take care of the scores. Somebody in the chat will do it. Take the reprieve, soak it in, and have yourself a blast. And I'm going to sit here and I'm hoping enjoy this one. It's if you didn't see the Who Are You series, the video is up there. You can catch it now. You can catch it before, after. Echo from Sean. All right, perfect. Thanks. It may be better now as I don't hear myself in the background. Let me know if you like that as far as being live rather than not live. It was kind of fun to do, a little bit messier, I suppose, but still a good one, I think. And I don't know, Brendan, do you have the lineup there? And I'll take us through that one.
I do not. I'm scrambling to get a bunch of things working today, and
Yeah,
I do not have the lineup.
the joys of when there's gremlins is poor Brendan's in the background trying to fix everything and then throwing it around. I'll walk everybody through it with the chit chat. That's the Discord's there. Feel free to join that. I probably may not get to it for a little bit here yet, but it is better now, says Sci-Fi, so we're fine. And also W&G did include some pictures if you get to those while we're at it. Brendan, the ghost of Sean's past. That's scary. You don't want to know about those skeletons in the closet. No, what? I have none. I'm an angel. I'm a saint. Mark Howard and Ned backline. This is what intrigued me is, and I said this during the Who Are You, is I thought that this would be a game where Scar would return. And I said that because when you look at the statistics of the type of game that Blackpool plays versus the type of game that Wrexham plays, is there's a lot of similarities. It's long balls, it's aerial attack, it's lots of crosses. And to me, Mr. Scar is perfect for that. And so it's not who we got. We've got Brunt, Cleworth, and O'Connell doing their thing in the back. In the midfield, Barnett penciled in, McLean penciled in. The midfield, interesting, and I'm concerned, no Elliot Lee on the pitch or in the subs. And so I didn't read anything about injuries. Obviously, remember to our last game, he was pulled off. what was it, leg injured? I not 100% certain, but he was out and uncomfortable, not coming back. And so that's concerning. What's also intriguing to me is him not coming back. And what happens is it's in that diamond in the midfield, Rathbone and Cannon up front and Matty James in the back, no Dobson. And I would have thought against a high possession team that it'd be, and people are saying the fog is getting worse. W&G said it was getting better. Does that mean that this may not get off? Please don't make me wake up on Boxing Day and then not give me a game. I've been looking forward to this thing. I don't have time for this. Bah humbug and a 0-0 draw. See, it's language like that, wild and free Canadian, that's going to make me not like you. And yes, hi, Jinping's pox doctor. Going through it. So the big news, I guess, Mullin up front. Cheers, Dave. Enjoy it. We'll be missing your banter throughout. Feel free. WG's in the fourth wall, covered by the fog. Wherever Matt is in the crowd, he's saying that it's Racecourse Ramble. He's saying that it's getting worse. You're saying that earlier, at least, that it was getting better. And Deandra doesn't have to worry about that, sitting in Aruba staring at the sunshine. Mullin's getting his chance. The full 90 out there for the gauntlet. And so with Lee out, I guess that's the change, is that we're back to the 5-3-2 with Mullin and Palmer up front. And that leaves Fall and Fletcher to come in on the bench. O'Connor back there as well. Dobson to fit in the midfield if necessary. Revan to cover the wings, and Scar on the background. So that's where we sit with their lineup, or with our lineup. With their lineup, look, it's four. If you watch the Who Are You, it's four people, and they really are the cog of their starting 11, and then the rest are, I consider, accessories. And I'll watch somebody prove me wrong one way or the other. Tyre, 23-year-old on loan from Everton, played at Chesterfield last year. I didn't add that in the Who Are You series, so I got promotion with them. Sort of struggling this year. I didn't see injuries, but he started all of the games early, went through a run, and then fell off. And they went through 8 games of using the backup and then the backup to the backup before they've gone back to him in the last game against Stevenage. So lots of promise, lots of talent. But yes, here's your chance. Don't make us sad. Please don't break my heart. And I don't know if there's an exclamation mark luck that played, but that'd be entertaining if there was. The other three that you need to keep an eye on, Oliver Casey, number 20. He's going to be on the back line, in the middle of their back line, and he kind of is their do it all defender. Through the air, on the ground, he's a shutdown D-man, I guess you could consider if it was a hockey term. And then in the middle, you've got Lee Evans, 4 games. Welshman, played 4 games for the national team. He's got 2 goals and 5 assists so far this year. I thought that he would have been playing on the wings, just given where their scoring is from. They've got a lot of crosses into the box, and him being in the middle of the midfield is intriguing to me. I thought he'd be wide, because I would have expected those assists to come as a product of their crosses, not as a product of them playing through the deck. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Little tip there on the exclamation marks as we're working on it. I don't think it's a Boxing Day miracle to get 3 points. I mean, this is a team who plays well away from home, but it's a fortress, right? It's a fortress. So, and the other name that you have to watch up front is Kyle Joseph, number 9. He's got 6 goals, 3 assists, in on 9 of the goals. And so that's sort of where we sit today, is if you can control Evans and you can control Joseph, you're on your way to doing the right thing. No W&G. I'll be watching the scoreboard. I have that up in my place, and just a couple of other things to take us through. The referee. For those of you who didn't watch the Who Are You, that's probably the story to start everything. Statistically, the teams line up very similar. The big difference, goalkeeping, they're the worst in the league. But as far as expected goals, they're close. They get a little bit more possession and a little less efficiency. But as far as crosses into the box, as far as long balls, we're first and second in the league in long balls. And so there's a lot of similarities. But with this referee, Ruben Ricardo, a man that we've never seen, he's Had his EFL debut in 2023. When we were in the National League, he was in the 6th tier in the National League North and South with just a cup of coffee up in the National League. Then we moved up to League 2. He covered the National League. Now we're up in League 1, and he's starting to get his first games. This is his 4th game. Fouls on average in League 1, 24.10. He's got 27.67. He's 4th most fouls called out of all referees in EFL. The yellow cards, 4.2 is the league average. He's at 6.33. That has him 3rd overall in League 1. Red cards, the average 0.09. He's all the way up to 0.67. He's given out 2 red cards in his 3 games. And so maybe that's just coincidence. Maybe he just likes to give them out. Who knows? But that's 0.67. That has him 2nd. In the league. And then penalties 0.18, and he's given out 1, so he's tied for 9th at 0.33. It's a fascinating thing. Game is going to get fogged out. I already paid. John, it's all your fault. Sam Dalby, top of the scoring. They're talking about the fog and whether it's going to go or not go. Man, that's disturbing. So that's the update there with the referees. Other than that, I'm going to be watching everything around the league. Birmingham at home against Burton. So unless there's a Boxing Day miracle there, that's probably going to be something they take. Huddersfield and Stockport are going to be taking points away from each other. So that's an advantage. Wickham on the road to Stevenage. And I think that those are primarily the games that we're looking at, right? Wickham, Birmingham, Huddersfield, Stockport. Peterborough and Mansfield going to beat each other up. Bolton and Bardsley going to beat each other up. Exeter City's got a bit of an easier one against Bristol Rovers at home. And so we will see how that all happens. Oh, no, Deandra got babysitting duties, took care of everything, made sure she's free. I've got the stream up, Anna Fennel. If you're struggling with the stream, a couple of things to try. A, try clearing your cache. And B, if you've got a second browser on your website, set that up. And so it is working for me. It's working for Deandra. And so try and get it. I've got Mark in the background. I'm staring at the graphic. I'm staring at the fog. I mean, to me, you can play in this. I don't understand. Like, is this really a concern? Somebody who's sitting there can tell me, but I'm sitting there watching, and I can see the opposite end of the pitch through at least the camera. So if you can see the ball, you can play the ball, right? That's what I would hope. I've got 10 minutes. Brendan, are you able to chat and just make sure you're live? I might get you to cover here for just 2 minutes.
I can, but I think until I'm able to figure things out, I think I help cause the echo if I'm unmuted. So I've stayed muted and let you do your thing to hopefully cut down on the reverb.
And no worries on that end, Andy, with no graphics. A, I appreciate them; they're amazing, and B, we all have. Oh no, Anna's really struggling with this one. I don't have any other options than that. I didn't note, Anna. I forget where you're at. I did see that somebody said on Twitter they took a picture and said they were watching Wrexham free on CBS Sports in Canada. I was like, CBS Sports in Canada? We don't have a CBS Sports. We have a CBC. And we have CBS, but not CBS Sports. So I don't know if that was an option. I didn't go to live soccer. If you're in Canada, maybe try that one out. Other than that, I don't have an option for you. The house was peaceful for me to catch the match before work. Now my kids are fighting. That's what kids do. My kids spoiled for the entire day yesterday, and then but putting them down at night was just an absolute. It was like they didn't want the day to end. They thought that if they put up a protest that we'd have Christmas or something again. I don't know. It went completely nuts in the house last night. And also, I'm interested to hear what you think about the Who Are You series and it being live. So feel free to vote on the poll that's going on, and you can see that most people saying keep it, and they actually preferred it. So maybe that's an option. Is I put those together and I just find a time and book it and just get it done. We'll see if I can keep a record and a schedule like that. Maybe that's the way to get it done. The other thing is I've got rid of the flag. Went with the lights because we've got the new storage system for this is the office slash studio slash potential future nursery if my wife has her way slash guest room. And so it's stuck up against the wall so that we can try and fit a queen size Murphy bed in here. And it's functional, but let me know what everybody's thoughts are as we're going to start doing designs there. And so she's on, John's on, I follow. Yeah, I don't know. We've all got it going. So I can see right across, I can see white across staring at the as they just go to the preview video. So it's still at risk of being postponed. I guess we'll sit here and we'll chat with each other and we'll hold on as we're at the preview video right now. Man, what do we do if it doesn't? I'm already up. I don't want to have to jump over the wall.
Yeah, you're not getting back to sleep easy.
The Wickham, no. And there it is. Missed the flag. And the thing is that thing's so big that if we put up the storage, I don't know where we put that thing. Deandra. Possible postpone, so hit the mute button. That'll make it all better. Well, we're watching Lewis Brunt walk in. I don't know. I mean, what would be the concern of not seeing the ball from the other side? Surprise attacks? I want more Wrexham fans. Grow my own. See, grow my own means something a little green over here. Is that what we're talking about? This one's on. So balls to the face. I said that. That's the early start to everything. A couple of things. The housekeeping before I wrap everything up and get into the game because we're only 6 minutes away. Start with Ultimate Promotions, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. We have a sponsor. They've stepped up to make sure these are ad-free. Massively appreciate them if you could. If you're looking for press pins like this one, if you're looking for the soft enamel, hard enamel pins, stuff for work, stuff, sport trading, whatever you may have a need for, check them out, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. And they're also looking to do more medals and giving out discounts to do that. So if you've got medals for kids competition, challenge race, some sort of event, feel free to reach out. Free artwork, free shipping. They're doing discounts on the medals, so reach out to them, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. The other thing, if you haven't seen them and you missed it on Twitter, Matt from the Racecourse Ramble taking and clipping some of those things. Brendan's been clipping stuff. I didn't get them out this week, so we're looking to work on those. So I'm a little bit more conscious about what I say and what I do because now people are grabbing the clips. I'm going to live in posterity. It's a little bit easier when it's within 2 hours and 30 minutes, 3 hours or whatever. But anyway, yeah, got to watch out for what I say, clipping certain things.
That's okay. You can't live up to Deandra clips. So
no, well, I could hope, but I'd have to start really putting on more of a show. And I see on Matt just saying on a social that I'm a part of that says the fog is really bad, but apparently it's going. Put a light in the ball.
They can do it like they did with the puck about 15 years ago.
Remember that? The Fox track puck when they were trying to get Americans into the game, so they added a thing that when you took a slap shot and anything that went over, I think it was 90 miles an hour, they'd add like a bigger red laser to it, and they had a glow on it. If you remember that, man, that was a failed experiment. But and I've been debating. I said to Brendan, can I call the Blackpool known as the Tangerines? Can I just call them the Trumps? Because their next president, their former president, Tangerine himself. I just thought that would be fitting. I don't know what we go with for the next 4 minutes. I just want to get this in, get a couple goals early. My score prediction, I'm going to go with, you know what? I'm going to go 3-2.
I liked, someone, was it John? someone said in Discord 3-1. I liked that.
Yeah, I think there's goals in this one. Their keeper not struggling, even though he was solid for Chesterfield last year. He hasn't really had it this year. His 64% save percentage is better than the team average 58. But I want Moles to score 2.
By the way, fourth wall stand looks filled out.
Well, and it had to be. It had to be sold out. If they were going to give grief over the cost of them comparatively, then it had to be. Was it? Coors is on as an advertiser on the hoarding. I don't remember seeing Coors as a sponsor. Coors and Carling, to be fair. Is that an EFL sponsor? As I'm sitting there, the fog watching it at pitch level is very different. Like you can't see the far end. They're showing us from the cop, and you can't see the tech end, and so it's going to be a thing. I said, 3-2 is if there was no fog and if it clears. If the fog doesn't clear, what are we saying? 1-0. Yes, W&G is actually in the house. He's sitting in the cop, staring at half of the pitch as we can see the players making their way out. And we're about due to get underway. Mark just saying, if you're not on iFollow, that the Tranmere game just 30 minutes away has been called off. But we're out. We're heading. The players are out there. The flags are flying. The crowd is going. And it's going to be a weird one because I guess what do? You sing because you might not be able to see what's going on the other end. Will be delayed reactions and trying to figure out exactly what's going on. The keeper's going to have to be sharp. And both teams like their aerial attack. So this could be a scrambling midfield game with stuff to take. Prediction, Wrexham. 0-2 Black. Woody, the negativity. Sold out Blackpool and sounds like it's a sold out stadium. We're pretty damn clear near to it as we're waiting for the games to kick off. If you missed the early one that doesn't really matter for us, Leyton Orient knocking off Crawley Town 3-0 at home. Boxing Day vibes, ain't that the truth, Em? It's a glorious day. We're getting tons and tons of rainfall. Like it was teeming it down yesterday. Monsoon-like. And so we'll see what goes on here. Welcome, Leandro. For those that haven't hit the like button, go ahead and do that. Let the algorithm know that we're out there. Like button works. If you're watching on Twitch or you're watching on Twitter, jump over to YouTube, youtube.com/@the-red-horde. Join in the chat and you can partake in all of that and see exactly what everybody's talking about. It's far more fun listening to everybody else chat than just listening to my voice on Twitch or Twitter. So jump over there. Everybody's getting lined up and ready. It looks like Wrexham going to go left to right on your computer screen. So that's towards W&G. So if W&G is going to watch his goals, they've got to come in the first half. So let's get a couple early so he can celebrate madness and limbs can fly from right there. He was geared up for it. You could tell that in the chat. And so nice to have him, and we'll be updating the scores as we go along. And that means that in their Pleasure Beach aways, the Tangerines are going to go from right to left, and they're going to start with the ball first. And I'm going to bring up the names here so I can follow along and get into this one in the fog on a beautiful Boxing Day. And the fog in UK, just like it's heavier. It's heavier. It's that Atlantic fog. Let's go. Just get this underway. And let's get one early for the Dragons, and let's fire this up. We are underway. The clock has started. Everything's running. Let's get into it. And a long ball to start. Testing the fog. And EOC grabs that and knocks it over to Andy Cannon, who gets it back to Barney. He's going to thump it, and we're going to battle through the fog in the air as that one frees up to Mullin, and it gets chipped off, and it's going to go back to Ofaya on the right-hand side. How was everybody's Christmas? Feel free to pitch that in. And W&G, I told you enjoy the game, but he's still doing his thing in the stands. 1-0. They're up Huddersfield on Stockport early. And W&G, I told him enjoy it and soak it all in. Don't stay married to the screen, but he's with us. The man doesn't stop. God bless you. Rio de Janeiro. How are you, Leandro? And does the FLA mean you're from Florida? Ararama, Rio de Janeiro. I didn't. That's awesome. Throwing to us, left side, just our side of the halfway line. Long throw, and yeah, the ball is hard to find as it's bouncing around, and you're only guessing on positions as you think that's Mullin chasing everything down as it frees up to Husband over on the left-hand side, and he gets it back to Tyrer. My nose has been running the whole time, so I apologize if I'm addressing that. Matt's saying he can't even see their half of the pitch from where they're at. So it's a lot of sound, following it by sound alone. Somebody's got to tell the Wrexhamites to log me in. From Guysborough County in Nova Scotia. I don't even know where Guysborough County is in Nova Scotia. Charlton run up on Cambridge.
This would typically give Deandra and I a good excuse not to be able to see everyone's names.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, cross the red across, dangerous. Oh, my God. Scored. 1-0. In a flash. Straight bullet along the line. Howard didn't move. Fletcher's right there. Heads it in. It's 1-0, bad guys, and that is not what we wanted early, but maybe it'll wake everybody up. I wasn't even paying attention to it because I thought we had everything in control over in the corner, and all of a sudden it comes free and it's a bullet cross right, and it's 1-0. 2.5 minutes in the muck and the mire. Farfanugan. This is me not hashtag or exclamation mark fork. Going to have to watch the replay on that one because I was so busy just getting everything started. Nothing really there. Husband just gets it down. Andy Cannon's on him. Coulson gets it back to Husband, and it's just right along the goal line. A flat kick right there, and Brunt loses his man. EOC doesn't see him behind him, and Fletcher standing right there, easy as, and just pitches it in. That's one that Chomp you'd expect. One of the things he does well is he goes out and gets the ball, and he's just standing on the goal line. Frick. And there's my concerns summed up by Aaron. Oh, God, here we go again. What makes me nervous because we haven't seen the referee enter the chat yet, but he's that kind of referee. And yes, Blackpool are good, and on a run, and they've been streaky. If you missed it, they went 4 matches to start the game without a win, and then they went 4 wins in a row, and then they went 8 games without a win, and now they're on the middle of a streak of 4 without a loss. After they lost to Birmingham, they've run off 3 wins and a draw. EOC puts it forward, misses everybody, goes to Tyrer. I'm talking about my runny nose, and they end up scoring. Bugger. Turn this game around. You can make it happen. Nobody wanted that on a Boxing Day morning. Tyrer slips delivering that one. Goes down. Barney can't get up there as Coulson gets it up. It rolls out, and Cleworth with the throw in 40 yards away. Mansfield up on 1-0. Everybody's scoring on a Boxing Day. Down the line, headed away by Blackpool. They're going to get control, chipped up, Mullin chasing it, going after Pennington, who knocks it over to Ofaya, and they're cleaning it up in the back of them. Just tic-tac-toe passing along the back, gets it to Husband, long ball searching. Chomp collects. Feeling quite deflated. Blackpool's overrated. Used to be so lit. Now it's just illuminated.
Dropping bars.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, don't ever do that again, Doctor. You missed a bullet of a pass. by Husband on a wraparound play with Colson, who just hammered it across the middle of the box, and it was there for Fletcher to hammer it home. And one that I think with no fog, Chomp's confident enough to go out and collect, but he doesn't, stays home. Cross in again, and it's cleared away. Statistically, Blackpool not that efficient, but they have a lot of possession, and they weren't getting a lot of touches in the box. This a dangerous combination because they're getting up and they're getting their touches. And so that means we could be getting overwhelmed with a whole bunch of shots. Long throw, near post. Palmer, heads it on. It's going to be headed forward. And just missed by a foot. Colson.
That was bad by EOC.
Yeah. Tried to get the clear, and instead he just ended up putting it right into into an area for Colson to head that.
Oh, sorry, it's Palmer. Might have been Palmer.
Yeah, Palmer. Bugger. Wickham's up. We're down. This is just not a good day to start. Yes, Deandra, exactly. Mansfield up already 2-0 on Peterborough. The Posh. First foul of the match, took 7 minutes. That's not bad, considering the 27 fouls a match on average that this referee has. I'm just in shock. Tyrer all the way over 30 yards out. Going to be a long ball. Knocked forward. Palmer not able to get control. Matty James able to get that. Knock it forward. Mullin gets it back to Palmer on that side. Left side. Mullin dancing. He's got McLean there, lays it off a little bit heavy and behind, so McLean just has to turn around and maintain possession because he couldn't go forward on the pass from Mullin that led him the wrong way. EOC to Kluwer now working on the right-hand side. It's going to go all the way down the pitch and way too. That's 2 passes from EOC that just given away possession with long kicks down the pitch. EOC struggling. Shrewsbury up 1-0. And I don't hear the Wrexham singing in the background, but I'm assuming that it's there. Brunt on the mass run down the left side, sneaks it into Mullin. Long, boy, what the hell was that? How do you sum up that attempt on goal from Mullin? He's 23 yards out, decided, hey, I'm going to have a crack from here, and he sends that one up towards W&G in the fourth wheel cup, as they're just showing the highlight again. That was. It's exactly as I described it. They keep replaying it, and it's still frustrating to watch it. EOC bangs around in the battle there, and Brunt ends up collecting it along the deck, plays it forward. Mullin tries to knock it down, can't, and so it scoots forward, and they're going to get control. Blackpool fans are so loud, which is impressive then if W&G is hearing that, because Blackpool's on the other side of the stadium. McLean fouls Apter, and so just inside the halfway line it's going to go. Maybe the fog is nature's way of nullifying the ref if you can't see it. Perhaps. Casey collects it, knocks it back to Tyrer. Tyrer, the 23-year-old keeper on loan from Everton, thumps it down the pitch. Gets Brunt, knocks it forward. Nice little flick on by Rathbone. Another little flick by Cannon. It's Barnett over on the right-hand side. He's looking for Cannon, doesn't see anything, so he holds up. I'm just going to draw it back to EOC. EOC, who in the fog is heavy. Diagonal from McLean. That looked like good weight. McLean keeps it in, corner flag. right-footed, gets cleared away from Pennington as he tried to replicate a hard, heavy pass towards goal along the goal line that worked for Blackpool. And EOC picked the pocket. Rathbone gets it back to EOC, and the switch is on over to the right-hand side. Barney's got Cannon ahead of him. Mullin on the other side. Barney going to go to Cannon. Is that heavy? It's not heavy, and it's Cannon just doesn't get enough on it. Just gave it away. Thumped it over to Pennington, and here comes Blackpool the other way. Coulson works it forward. O'Connell steps in front, nicks it. Matty James looking for options. Rathbone draws it back. EOC halfway line, moving forward. I'm okay with this. Fog is clearing. Maybe our play's clearing as well. Barney's got Cleworth over on the right, gets it to him. 2-on-2 over on the right-hand side within the 18-yard box. It's drop back. Matty James, let's do a thing. EOC searching, just going to go back to the right-hand side. Cleworth. He's got both Mullin and Palmer up front, decides to hold off, and he's going to lay it off to Barney. Come on. Oh, lost it. Barney able to regain it and just maintains control by drawing it back to EOC. Forward again, lads. Forward again. Up to Palmer. Headed forward. Too heavy and couldn't get it to Mullin. It just skips over top. And the Tangerines have it coming the other way. The wrong side of the border, right, David? I did say 3-2. I did say there were goals on this, right? Right? Somebody agree with me.
Right.
Thank you. Nice little flick by Palmer over to the left-hand side. Gets it over to Cannon. Cannon's got McLean and draws it back to Rathbone. Who's going to do the switch on all the way over to Cleworth on the right-hand side. Come on now. Matty James searching. He's going to go far to McLean and not heavy enough, and so it's headed away. McLean gave up on that to try and nick it, and Rathbone ends up getting his hands on it, and it goes back to Matty James, who's going to try to maintain control. EOC collects. Well, we're working now, but we just haven't had any sniff up front, right? Hey, Dave. Excuse me, Dave in Monterey. Long ball looking for Palmer. Palmer chests it down. He's got Rathbone there. Gets it to McLean. Come on, get across him. Get across him. Way too heavy, but Barney's going to be able to collect it on the other side. Barney, dance your man. There's a cross, far post. McLean can't get up there and heads it. Got up over top of Apter, but couldn't get enough on the ball, and instead it just deflects off and goes harmlessly for a goal kick. Possession. If that wins games, if we can do the Notts County, then maybe we can have it, as we've had possession, and that momentum meter is jumped all the way up. Don't forget that like button down below. Don't forget to jump over to YouTube if you're on Twitch or on Twitter. That way you can get a hold of the chat as Tyrer gets us restarted. 14-minute mark right there. And EOC gets that up, but gets bashed back the other way. Barney into a battle with Coulson. He gets it up over top the other way. And Mullin putting on work. And it got knocked down neatly there by Casey. Oliver Casey, 24, the Leeds product. This is his second season, I believe. Signed in 21. Oh, foul. There's the referee. There's the referee. You go to ground, you're going to get a foul. Matty James had words. McLean going over and having words. Whistles blowing. Well, it's an interesting question, isn't it, Northern? Maybe we address that at the half, because I think it warrants. I said if we're near the top, you have to go and get it. But I can see them holding off if they don't think they've got enough for autos. We'll see what the owners want to do. The fog starting to roll back in. There was a flop that wasn't called. And that's got to be, 27 fouls per match. You've got to feel like diving is a good thing. Ain't that scary? We're now fourth on the table. And that's what I mean about the January windows. The higher you go up, the bigger the opportunity for a splash. we fall off the board, and you can see the owners maybe saying, you know what, let's just consolidate. EOC gets it over to the left-hand side to Brunt. It's going to be swung back. Still looking. EOC walks it all the way forward towards the attackers. Can't see anybody, so draws it back, gets it to Kluworth, puts him under pressure as Colson comes up and challenges and goes all the way back to Chomp. Chomp now. Long, low kick over to the left-hand side. McLean headed it forward, but it gave up possession, and he tries to get possession of it and can't. Husband. Just gave it away. We'll take that. Let's go. Do a thing. O'Connell. Up forward. Cannon through to Rathbone. Laid off the McLean left-hand side. 3 in the box. Find a body. Dancing in the area. Right footer. Blocked. It's loose. Hammer. Cannon. Blocked. I don't want to say blocked anymore. We got it again. Matty James. Nice little half volley to find McLean. He knocks it down. We're going to maintain possession, but it's still a little bit scrambly. James there. Pass misses. And it's Blackpool with control. McLean gets fouled. Intercepted. So far, the passing is there. We've got possession. We're just not able to find anything in the box really at the moment, as that was McLean dancing, gets the right footer, blocked easy. Cannon hammers it, blocked easy. Keep chipping away. So left footer from about 38 yards out. We got a whole bunch of people standing on the edge of the 18-yard box right in front of the Coppin where W&G is sitting. Let's go do a thing. Left-footed in swinger. Ripped. It was knocked down, but it goes to Palmer over on the right-hand side. He's going to get it to Barney. Barney. Back to Palmer. Palmer. He's going to serve this. It bangs. It comes back to him, and he's free. Headed down. Cannon! Blocked. 3 blocks in the last 2 minutes, and that one was earmarked for the left-hand side. I don't think the keeper would have had a chance. Cannon by name, Cannon by nature. Thumped hard, earmarked, and blocked. Don't you hate it, Deandra, when the defense does their job? It perturbs me to no end. Kluworth, Matty James, just possession. I'm all good for bending, but can I get a break them, please? Crush their souls. Somebody. Barney with it. Right-hand side. 25 yards out. Beats Colson. Dances. Oh, nice little pass to Cannon. Lots of space. There's a cross. Headed away. Corner on the right-hand side. Well done. I will take that interplay as we get warm. We're warming up. We're warming up. The Wrexham chant in full voice going around. Shrewsbury up 1-0 on Lincoln City. Wickham still ahead. Huddersfield up on Stockport 1-0. Mansfield 2-0 up. Blackpool up with us. Reading, Charlton all leading. Left-footed in swinger. Headed down. Oh, it was right there for both Palmer or Mullin. Neither able to get their hand on it, their leg on it. Mullin, that was earmarked for you. I don't know. Did he not see that? Did the fog throw him off? Because it was right there. His leg, he was free. He was on the inside shoulder. I just needed any body part on that. Probably would have gone in the net. Loose balls all over them. I mean, the work is being put in. The reality is we just need to get some better touches in the box. 20-minute mark, runs over. 3 blocks so far. Three blocks, 8 clearances. Those are the stats as they sit right now. Brunt, I assume, on the left-hand side. We're guessing based on position today. Everything over on that left-hand side away from the camera, hard to see. Palmer not able to get to it, and it comes back, and that's Pennington who thumps that out, and we're going to get a throw in. It almost feels as though Blackpool's got their goal, and they're just sitting back waiting now. Thrown in, knocked out. We'll get another throw. Brunt with it. Back to Chomp, and we'll recycle. Ay, 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 ay. Somebody make my mood change. Charlton goes up 2-0 on Cambridge. Fans were looking for a call there on Coulson on a challenge on Cannon. Nothing given. Sitting back while we take loose balls to the face. Is that going to be the message? And Audrey Whitlock joined in. Welcome to the Red Horde. Appreciate you being here. Pennington up on the right-hand side. Ofaya leaves it there for Evans. He's looking for Apter over the top. It's loose, and I can't tell who's got the ball, but it's not us. It looks like it's Joseph, and he's working it over, and it's going to go for a goal kick. For a throw. All right. I thought the flag was down pointing, not up over in the air. It's tough to even see the Linos flag. It's getting worse. Well, there's some good news, Jay. You add Marriott, you add another striker, and we got somebody who can score. The problem when it's 1-0 is who's got confidence? The halfway mark to the first half passes over, down 1-0, 25% in, and Mullin not able to get that one on the flick forward from Palmer. So it comes back to Tyre, who's just going to go to Husband on the left-hand side as Blackpool looks to maintain some possession and settle down as it's been us for an extended period. Long ball given away. We'll take it. Their form looked a lot better at the start. After they've scored their goal, they've lost their sharpness. We've picked it up, but Barnett thrown in. Palmer flicks it on. Mullin knocks it down. Scores! What a goal! Are you kidding me? Paul Mullin. Woo! Screamer left footer into the far corner. That's the Mullin of old. That's what we want to see. Holy cow! Palmer flicks it on, volley through, Super Paul Mullin left footer away from the body, scream it to the goal. Tyrer can only sit there and be a spectator as he watches that one blast over his right shoulder. One bump on and we've got Mullin. I just said, who's going to find one? And Super Paul Mullin said, you guys have forgotten all about me. Don Morgan says, goal of the season candidate, and holy shiznit is the thing. Let's go. The chat is flying with it. Did you see that, WNG? Giselle with the smack talk for WNG in the comp section. Holy cow. That was gorgeous. There's a little bit of brilliance, and may that get him fired up as we were just talking about Marriott being back on the training ground. Find some more. I stand corrected. I will eat my toque if I have to. Giveaway. Fletcher coming the other way. 25 yards, 18 yards, looking for a cross. Brunt not able to get to it, but it's cleared away by EOC neatly, and it goes to McLean. Calm as that he can't dance around his man Evans. Dave getting greedy, and I like it. A hat trick would be a great confidence builder. We see you. Hit him in the nuts. Hit him in the nuts. Holy. In the flesh and heading towards his direction. And you got to see it. That's the imagery that you get to keep going to the football match. I mean, it's just like the Vancouver Wrexham match. We were watching that McLean goal. I mean, I can see that whole build-up in my head play over and over and over and again. Man, that was gorgeous. Make the chances and let him go and do his work. More of that, please, as we're going to get a throw in by Blackpool, 18-yard box, long throw into the box. Palmer comes out and says, no, thank you. And he flicks it on and, just a little bit ahead of Cannon. It's going to go all the way back, and the chase is on. Cannon goes one way, Mullin goes the other. Tyrer thumps it down the pitch. McLean goes in the air, can't get to it. He's into a scrap. So the referee gives a free kick to us, but he blows it down to run over and scream at Parkey and McLean, and he's going to pull them out there to say McLean was fouled, and he just kind of gave him an extra shove to go around and keep playing the ball. I think you want that stuff. Oh, I want a replay on what was going on in the booth is the color man giving the throwing elbows out as represent what was going on. God. If you didn't get a chance to watch that one, make sure you take in the highlights, because that was a nice little flick on by Palmer. Mullin one touches it, gets it to the left boot, and just thumps the crap out of it into the far corner. Palmer collects. Nice, well done. Switched out to McLean, who slips but gains possession. Right-footed. Tried to get over to Barney and didn't get there, but it's only headed as far as Clueworth, who collects it and knocks it back to EOC. Opens up. Filling the space, lads, and Brunt running out of space, but he tries to move forward with it, and it goes out of play. Whoo-wee. Andy Morrell getting a booking by Mark for getting the elbow up in the broadcast booth. Free kick for Blackpool, midfield, gets it all the way to Husband, who just draws it back to Casey. Morgan comes back to add aid to the back line. Mullin or Marriott? Mullin or Marriott? Which? Ooh. Aggressive challenge there by Ofaya, but nothing called. It's going to come away the other way. All the way. That's a great ball down to McLean on the 18-yard left foot. A little heavy, and Parney can't save it, and it's going to go out. Oh, W&G, are you entertained? Watching the red jerseys come en masse. They're showing the replay here. Barney gets it over to Palmer, who just flicks it on a knee, a left foot, finds the post, right towards W&G, who now we know where you're sitting. Gorgeous. Tyrer taking his time, banging his cleats off, using the post. Are we time wasting here? My word, this is the longest first half goal kick I've seen. Mansfield doing him dirty. Mullin could be the new Sam Dalby. Hi, hi, hi. I love when Peterborough lose. Does that make me a bad person? Absolutely not. Of all of the fans so far in League One, theirs are the most annoying. Oh, foul given the other way. Brunt. A little bit too much contact. 30 minutes, 30 seconds coming up right there. And it's all the way back. Blackpool with control of it. Birmingham up 1-0 on Burton. Bolton up 1-0 on Barnsley. Charlton up 2-0 on Cambridge. Lots of teams with leads. There's only 2 games where there's that are 0-0, and only 3 games that are tied. Us being one of them. Ofaya with it, walks it all the way forward, and before he draws it back to Evans over on the right-hand side, he flicks it forward. Ooh, McLean sweep the leg. Mark says no argument if he gets a yellow there. I don't see a card, but I'm staring at James McLean in the fog, so who knows? Sweeps the leg. The old slew foot. Okay, so this is what we've got for the day. M, you're allowed to make all the cuppas you want. Go and get your tea, your coffee, fill your boots. But the pox doctor, Jinping's pox doctor, he's got to go caffeine-free for the rest of the match. And that's just how it has to be. Accept your punishments accordingly. Do your bit for the team. That's what it is. Don Morgan, I've gone through the DMV faster than it took their goalie to take that kick. Preach. I had an appointment with ICBC, our version of the DMV. I had an appointment, and it still took 25 minutes to wait. Made no sense. 35 yards going to be an opportunity here for Blackpool. Right-footed, put into the box and headed up and out. Nothing in that one, and so we'll take it as Chomp has it to play as a goal kick. Oh boy. Are we cheering for Stockport County to end up in a draw with Huddersfield? I think we are. Do we even want Stockport to win against Huddersfield? Are we that bold? What do I want? Tell me what I want. Chomp, heavy pass over to Cleworth, just gave it away. And they're going to maintain it without, they stop it before it goes out and collects it. Colson to Husband to Casey. As in a day off? I didn't see them. I'll keep a look on FOTMob to see if the yellow comes out, but they didn't give one there. Don says I can never root for Stockport to win, but I can stomach root for a draw. Yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it? EOC searching. Barney has to step off the line outside the pitch to play that one. Plays it back in, but it's taken by Blackpool, and they're on a break. 4 players coming forward. 2-on-1. They force over on that side, and it's Cleworth trying to get over there. This is the young guy. Oof, cleared away by Brunt as Joseph swung it in looking for Fletcher. Yeah, I'm struggling with that one. I don't disagree with you, Jinping Pox Doctor. I don't, but I don't want it. Stockport would be at 39 points with the win, and Huddersfield would be down to 39. So that would create, I guess, the big divide. I'll go with it then. Looked at the table. Go Stockport County. I don't want to say that again. Oh, Palmer rolls off of his feet funny, but Mullin comes and picks it off of his foot. So we've got we're going forward through McLean. He's waiting. Brunt was on the run. He holds on and draws it back, and he's going to get it to EOC, and we're going to recycle, and I think that was good. There was lots of blue jerseys back, so let's set them up and pick them apart. Cleworth, flat, gets a Palmer over to Mullin. Intercepted. Pennington knocking that one away. And Barney's going to go and chase that one down in front of Colson and get it back to Chomp. Long ball, too heavy. Goes forward, knocked back down. And that's Evans who gets it back to Tyrer. And it's a right footer over the halfway line. Whoa, O'Connell jumps over top on a 45-degree angle, makes a lot of contact. EOC still down. Oh, Brunt loses the ball. Here they come. Oh, lots of space. 18-yard box. Do not. Oh, great stop. Back end. Was that Barney who rotated and took that block? Because that one had me nervous. I thought that was going in for sure. Just the build up on that play from EOC missing that one. And it goes, and we're not going to get there. Can Brent go and collect it? He can. Well done. Just hammer that, Barney. Whew. Yeah, I don't need any more Spice Girl stuff. I don't need that going on in my head at all. Please don't do it. Huge block in the box. Barney thumps it off of the attacking. I think that's Husband all the way forward, was it? So that was Joseph over in the box, taking on Cluworth over on that side. And it was Barney as the last man over. Had Cluworth and Brunt, who had to move over to the left-hand side because EOC went down on the tackle on the 45-degree. Joseph trying to spin him. He's got EOC spun, and there's a cross into the box, and Chomp comes out and collects that one. More of that, please, and plays it quickly, and we're going to break the other way. McLean, can he get it up to Rathbone? No, he's going to draw it back. Matty James. Edge of our own area. We do need to win. Do not forget that. The glory is not in just getting back to a draw. We need 3 points in this one, especially looking around with Huddersfield up, Birmingham up, Wickham is up, still up. Shot 6-4, on target, 1 apiece, both in the back of the net. Touches in the box are 5 for us, 6 for them. And we've been leading the possession charge, which I didn't expect. I thought that we would be counterpunching more against Blackpool, who's closer to the top on the possession. Oh, and a giveaway. McLean has it. Nice little pass. Mullin, left-hand side. He's got Palmer in front, Cannon in front. He gets it back to McLean, and he's going to go towards the middle of the box. McLean dances, left-footed, crosses there, bounced out, and it's going to be a throw-in. I couldn't tell in the fog whether that went, which side of the post, the corner flag that went. Yes, I will take lots of wins all over the place. I'll even take a Stockport win, Stevenage win, Burton win. Give me all the lower table wins, please. Turn the table upside down, bottom up, except for our match. O'Connell tried to get it up to Barney, couldn't. We're going to get a free kick. Coulson bodies Cannon. Cluworth, halfway line. 38 minutes, 7 minutes until we get to see how much added time. Let's find one late here, boys. Rathbone turns. He's moving forward. That's Evans. He's got ahead of him. McLean, he's got it. He cuts his man off, and he's moving forward. Lots of space. Draws it back, clicked forward, and Mullin couldn't really do much with it. He had a man coming out, and he just tried to advance it forward. And here comes Blackpool on the counter, and it's fast. And Brunt stands in the way and knocks it out and lets the red jerseys fall back into place. I will take that, Deandra. Thanks. But let's be honest, I get the joy of having a chart in front of me that you don't have that tells me where everybody's supposed to be. So I get it. Throw in for us, won over by Matt James and Paul Mullin, who tag teamed a player near the line and kicked it out. And let's go. Are we going quick? No, we're going slow. McLean with it. Down the line. Headed on by Blackpool and then cleared back by Blackpool. Stepped in front of by Cluworth, and he couldn't get there. Fletcher, shout for a handball, but instead it's Coulson coming forward. 18-yard box, lays it off. Fortunately, Evans couldn't get there, so it goes over to the far right-hand side. Apter looking to cross it. Apter draws it back, crosses in, heavy, and out of the area. No, it just kind of bounces along the line and stays in. More possession. I'm with you, Sarah. I like that shout. I'll take that. Morgan grabs it, and they're at 35 yards and draw it back as they maintain possession, going in a big box all the way around the pitch. Yes. Ofaya. Halfway line. Standing there looking. Advances it forward, and that was that McLean. McLean got a foot on it, but couldn't get it clear, and they keep coming forward. Nice little tackle by EOC, but not far enough as Joseph maintains control. He goes down a shout for a penalty from the Blackpool fans, but nothing in that. And it gets cleared away and headed, and Blackpool's going to maintain possession. 4.5 minutes until added time. Morgan coming. Blackpool starting to look with a little bit of pressure here. It's been a while since we've seen them with continued pressure. Ofaya now, 35 yards out. He's looking, draws it forward, and that's flicked up. And can Ofaya get to it? No, it's a giveaway. Thank you. I'll take 2-1. We got to get to 2-1 before we can get to 3-1. M taking one for the team. Gonna go put the kettle on. Yeah, there's nothing in that one. That was McLean just standing in one spot, and the guy ran into him. Palmer, that was a miss hit, and he gave it away. Uh-oh. Moving forward, people scrambling, and there's a free kick. I thought we had men back. Don't think we had to get that aggressive in the tackle, but in any event, they do, and so they'll have a free kick 28 yards out. And that looks like it's Evans standing over the ball. Coulson. Whoa. Artistic flops. That's what that was. 5 blue jerseys standing just inside the 18-yard box waiting for a right-footed entry from Evans, and it's a bullet, and it's in. Oh. I thought that was going in. It didn't go in. It's still 1-1. I don't know how that stayed out. Was that blocked? Because it was earmarked and Chomp wasn't over there. So I'm assuming it hit a body. That was dangerous. That was a save? Oh, that was a save. Yowzers. Chomp stealing one off of Casey. Holy jumping jeebers. Left-handed, gets down low, gets over, and knocks that out. I thought that was earmarked to go in by Casey. Mullin, he's got a chance, trying to keep it in. Can't, it's cleared. Oh, but right to Palmer. Palmer now, left side of the area, 18-yard box, gets it over. Rathbone trying to dance, do a thing. Gets it over to McLean. He's got 2 men on him. He's going to have to draw it back, though. It was Howard. I didn't think Chomp or Howard or whatever we're calling him saved it. McLean, 18-yard area, tried to get it into Matty James, bumped out, and it's going to go for a throw in. I think it went to the left of the corner flag. That was a save. We've seen outstanding save now. We've seen outstanding shot. I thought that had to hit a body because when I saw that come off the foot of Casey, I thought that's earmarked for that right-hand side. Nobody's getting to it. And Chomp said, I can still do a thing here, Mr. Driver. Mullin, he tried to hook it right over to Palmer, and just a foot got in by Blackpool, and so we'll redo another throw. McLean gets it in early to Rathbone. Rathbone tried it back to McLean. He's going to draw it back. He is all the way back to Brunt. Brunt to EOC. A minute until added time. Won't get too much here. Maybe 2 minutes. And we're going to go to the right-hand side and test our luck over there through Barney. Barney has it. Dancing. Gets it back. And we're going to go with Clueworth. Matty James. Barney says, I'm free. And instead, he's going to eke it forward. Mullin. I tried to touch to get it back to himself, and he just misplayed it a little bit and squeezed through his legs. That's a good one. Very us. That's a good one. I don't even know what symbol that is. Hand save and a beauty. Flash in the leather. Not a phrase I've heard in football, to be fair. You don't expect that. O'Connell easily heads that one away. Headed back forward. Clueworth heads that one away. Buchanan helps it on. Blackpool battling. Palmer in a battle, and it comes free. Rathbone loses it, but Cannon squirts to him, and he gets it back to Rathbone. Heavy touch up in the air, and it's... Whew. Indeed, Don. We're dealing with a little bit of sound issues, Giselle, so Brendan, a little silent. Palmer, nice little flick on. McLean, left-footed, tried to goes on the outside of the foot, on the left foot, and he squeaks it out to the left. 2 minutes of added time. Took the shot and doesn't get it right off the left. He was trying to get the outside of the outside of the boot, get a curler in, and he missed her. Looking at the Wrexham Lager ad, still waiting for it to show up in Canada. They said at least a couple of months. And so I wait. Why do you have to ruin my mood, Wrexham Lager ad? McLean goes up to try and get a challenge. It goes over top of everybody. The player over there takes a flop. But Blackpool fans get up in arms. McLean takes a push and then takes another push, and the referee goes over. Well, you know he's going to be into it. Outside of the boot. James, nothing much happening here in the added time. This is just around halfway, and now a free kick's going to be given, and it's Evans with it. He says, draw it back. Mullin goes and helps it back. And Tyre is going to come all the way forward and play this one forward. Sarah, we don't even have Wrexham Lager in Blackpool. Sarah's got extra into this. W&G's got extra into this one. Took long enough, just blew it down. Brendan, I might have to give you control for 30 seconds here so I can go and take care of things on my end. Feel free to give your thoughts on that one, and I'll have to pretend I know what you said when I got back.
Sounds good. All right, you guys will have to let me know if I'm echoing. It's hard to troubleshoot while the stream's on. It's hard to tell what I'm sending out versus what's happening here, versus what Sean's seeing. Mansfield up 3-0 over Peterborough. Kim, they scored a lot of those early, I think, too. Let me go to the FOTMob. Bring that up. Sean likes to go over the stats, so I'll go to the table and see how everyone else is doing. Not looking good here. Birmingham winning 1-0, Wickham up 2-0, Huddersfield up 1-0. Obviously, Stockport's losing 1-0 since they're playing Huddersfield. Reading up 2-0, Bolton Wanderers 1-0, Mansfield up 3-0. So, I mean, the top 10 is doing very well. Only Lincoln and Stockport losing. So not ideal by any means there. Vince saying it's foggy in Blackpool. Yes. Baritone reverb. Yeah, I'd like to think that's my own voice, but it's not. Oh. Trying to figure this out, guys. I don't know what's changed here, but I'm going to work on it. Sorry. No, you're saying no echo. That's great then.
So did you talk about the Mullin goal yet?
Did not talk about the Mullin goal. I was trying to figure out the things that you least like to bring up, and I went after those. And then I brought up the table. I didn't go over the stats, didn't go over the goals.
Didn't go over the stats, didn't go over the goals. And I'm going to end the poll here. Is most people liked the live, so I'll keep that as a reference. What were the rest of it? Just get the video out. I prefer it. Just stop doing them entirely at 3%. So still value in those ones. So we'll have to think of a poll, something to do with the second half. A Mullin hat track and a man of the match to keep on track. The halftime show is brought to you by Marlboro cigarettes. Don't do that to the guy who's not smoking and still doing Nicorettes. Let's bring up the stats, and I will jump on those ones. The stats, 55%, 45% possession, a little bit surprising there for me, largely because we, at least going into it, that's what I saw. It was us with slightly more control, but I was expecting them to have more ball, us more in a counter punching role. That hasn't been the message. And yes, Deandra, that's a good shout. That like button's down there while we're at it. Total shots, 7-5. They've had 2 on target. They've had 2 big chances with 1 missed. We've had one shot on target, no big chances, but that one was the Mullin screamer. And that's all that matters. A little bit of special individual talent that ends up drawing you back into one. The XG not in our favor, only at 0.17. And so, but you look at all those shots. They've had 5 shots, 3 of them all within the box. We've had 4 inside the box. I like, the sense to me is we've been more threatening, even though our XG is lower. So fascinating there. Anyways, the passing, 232 passes for a team that has 260.8 as a season-long average. That's impressive. 76% accurate passes in the fog for both teams to be above 74, 75, 76%. That's impressive. Especially considering that 83 of our passes have been in their half. 83-44, the opposition half passes. Jeannie, with the donation, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Happy holidays. Enjoy your Boxing Day, and thanks for joining. Accurate crosses, there's a big difference there. We've only had 2 accurate crosses to their 4. Them at 50% and us at 15%. Throws 17-13, duels 1, we're up. Mostly aerial duels being 1. And you look at the FOTMob stats, and interestingly enough, this one shocks me. Who do you think's top? And think about it. Who's the top of the list for Wrexham players? Ollie Palmer. And I find that intriguing. I also find EOC being second more intriguing because he's had that 45-degree angle misstep that went the other way and allowed an opportunity. He's had 2 heavy passes that were unnecessary and unfortunate that gave away possession. I actually thought this was one of his weaker games that we've seen. But Brendan, is that just me being overly critical of O'Connell, or did he?
You typically are, but I don't think so in this case.
Okay, good, because I thought maybe I'd changed a little bit.
I would say this: what you didn't point out, you could potentially criticize Chomp for not coming out on that cross, and that's why that goal went in. I think there were a lot of people to blame on that, but you could give him some.
I think I thought I did during the live. Is that's not that I said he should have. That I expected him to. That's what one of the things Chomp does well is he usually takes control of his area, and when a ball's coming in dangerous, he's there.
I'm wondering if he thought that EOC had it and EOC didn't move on it. So yeah, I think it was a you got it kind of thing. But the save that he made he never should have saved that. That was just ridiculous. So is any blame you wanted to give him for that first goal? He saved you a goal. We should definitely they earned a goal. Chomp took it from him. So, they should.
Where he giveth, he taketh away.
Yeah.
They're showing that Mullin screamer. So if you are not watching this live, and you can watch, by the way, I follow, if you're in the US, on Paramount and Hulu, CBS Sports, I guess, as well. Palmer had a flick on over to Mullin, and he one-touched that. And it didn't even come down below his waist. Like he left-footed that volley to himself while it was still up in the air above his waist, and thumped the absolute tar out of it, and it just screamed for the top left part of the net. Marriott's goal, when he had the flick on from Palmer and he volleyed that one home, or Mullin's goal? Which one's goal of the season to you? Early reviews.
It's tough. I'd have to see the Marriott one again, but Paul Mullin's goal there was just incredible. I mean, total shock that you could pull that off. It looks like that's exactly where he meant to hit it, and he did. Didn't look fluky at all. So very impressive.
Don says CBS Sports has it in the US too, free if you have cable service with CBS, which is mostly everywhere. Well, that's fascinating to me. Well, okay, no, it's on CBS Sports, so it won't be on their main, because I have CBS, but I don't have CBS Sports. Howard is 38 years of age. And let's go easy on Chomp. He's almost as old as Biden. Shots fired. Palmer, an underappreciated performance so far this year. I think I give Palmer credit. I just think we could get more in the position. Is that a fair assessment? I don't know. He does the job. 38 in football years. Giselle, is that like dog years? What does that mean? Look, you look around the league. W&G takes the day off, and everybody's getting points that we don't want to, right? Birmingham's up 1-0. Wickham's up 2-0. Huddersfield's up 1-0. Reading, Bolton, Mansfield, like everybody's winning in their games. I guess Lincoln versus Shrewsbury is probably the only one where there's a team dropping points that's at the top, and Stockport's in the battle with Huddersfield. And I think we'd want Stockport to win, because if they did, there'd be two teams at 39 points rather than Huddersfield with a game in hand, only being 1 point behind us. We need to take those 2 points, keep them fended off. We'll see. Man, I don't even know what to take in on that half. Like, you saw the goal that went in. We were just getting comfortable in the game. What was your overall sense as to how that one transpired?
I thought we looked really good. We just didn't ever seem to be getting a hell of a good shot or an opportunity. We're not getting any corners, really. I think we do well off of those and applying pressure and then finally scoring. Seems like the ball's been out on the McLean side a lot, and I'd like to see them work Barnett some more. They're not getting it to him early. When they're finally getting it to him, he's having to bring it back inside. People know, do not let him go on his right foot, or he's going to make a deadly cross. So, I think try to get Barney the ball a little bit earlier. And I don't know. I think the energy's good. Blackpool's not all that bad when they get moving forward. And their
stats show that they're a solid club. Really, what's been letting them down is the goalkeeping and their inability to get shots despite the possession. And I shouldn't say shots, good quality shots. They're not getting quality shots despite their possession. They had
a good quality shot that Barney stopped.
Stopped one.
Yeah, I thought you were a little harsher than I would have been on Barney, but I know Barney's kind of always been my guy, so I'm probably a little soft on him. But I didn't fully blame him for that late goal. He had two guys on him. It was tough. He tried to do a little bit. The guy was aggressive, got it, and it was a hell of a play for that goal. And he's made so many great defensive plays this year, which is not what you expect out of him. And that slide to block that, goal attempt that should have been a goal by them. So great defense by him.
Defensively, offensively, player of the season. He's been amazing. He's been a godsend, unexpected. Like, I expected him to be good, but not great for the season. He's far exceeded my expectations. He's having himself a hell of a run. But I will say it, he stuffed that. He stuffed that in a 1-0 game. You're not looking to maintain possession and get cute in the 18-yard box. You're looking just to thump it, clear it, chip it, do a thing, get it out. And so for me, Santiago just realized his video was 30 minutes behind and apologized. He came in when Mullin had just scored. And I'm with Travis. Feels like another goal is coming. I mean, let's be honest here. Blackpool had that, like, Barney took one away. Chomp took one away. I mean, do we have another one that I thought could have certainly been in and found the back of the net? I mean, we had those two. They've had a lot of blocks. I didn't check if they've added any others, but they had three very early on. Two on the same. Yeah, the blocks are 3-1. One off a cannon was probably the most threatening. But they've had the blocks, but I don't know if any of those were necessarily certain screamers. that were going to go in. Man, they just keep showing this goal over and over and over again, and it's delicious every time I see it. Despite the fact that we had the possession, despite the fact that we had the shots, despite the fact that I feel like for large portions of the first half we were in control, I'll accept the argument that we should be down 3-1. I can't see us arguing that we should be up 2-1.
No, we didn't have that many great chances. And Mullin's chance wasn't great either. It was just a stupid, ridiculous play. So.
Yeah. Quality wins out. If you look at the table, I don't know if it's been up there for a while, but I just kind of wanted to run through it. Birmingham up 1-0 on Burton. So, you know what? We're due for a shocker. So, Burton, Albion, the Brewers, go ahead and do your thing. I mean, taking points away in Brum, that would be amazing. Wickham, comfortable and in control, 2-0 up on Stevenage. Huddersfield up 1-0 on Stockport. Winding down time with Mr. Louis Barry. He's heading off. So they're going to lose their talisman, their top player. So that'll hurt things. So let's see some magic from him before he goes. And Reading doing Reading things. They go, they win a bunch and then they lose a bunch, and right now they're up 2-0 on Reading after going 3 games without a win. Players are starting to make their way out. Here's a shout, Brendan, just to see what your thoughts are. What do we do with the subs? I mean, I'm sitting there looking at him. Mullin's been playing all right.
Yeah.
Fletcher's going to come in for Palmer, but are we going to see Fletcher and Fall? And at what point does Fall come in?
I don't think you only bring Fall in if Mullin looks gassed or hurt. This could be the game that gets him going. So I don't think you mess with that. You definitely got to pull Palmer and get Fletcher in there at some point when Palmer
Fletcher
starts to tire.
Yeah, 65.
Other than that,
65.
I don't know you make any changes unless you see someone a little dinged up or a card.
Yeah, they're on the ball. Dobson, I can see coming in for somebody in the midfield to have a run. I don't really see Dobson, Fletcher guaranteed. The question is does Fall and O'Connor find a way to eke in sort of later on? I would assume would be the question for them. The fog is clearing. It is lifting, at least at the moment. We're going to go right to left towards the tech end. The Blackpool's going towards W&G in the cop end. So W&G, if you're listening, I hope you don't see any more goals in front of you. And we're underway. That was a quick first half. Maybe taken because I had to take a break as Kluwer thumps it down the pitch and it gets up in the air. And I'm looking for poll options if people have thoughts and considerations for those ones. You are not an optimist. It looks like it has dissolved a lot. I will take statistics getting another. Howard, right footer, gets it back towards looking for Mullin, who stays on his feet, and it goes to McLean, who's going to just maintain possession. I feel bad for Ann. Our cross, dangerous and collected, and Mullin runs into him, and they give a foul. That's a foul. You can't get into his feet. I mean, I don't think there was anything more in that. Yeah, David, I think the subs are a little bit different because usually we swap out both forwards. I don't think it's a guarantee that Mo Fall comes in. Tyra gets us underway. Nobody there, but it's headed just straight up in the air towards Palmer, and he's going to try and flick it onto Rathbone. Can't get it there. And it's cleared. Mullin draws it back, gets it to Palmer, who draws it over to McLean over on the left-hand side. And 20 yards out, going to put it in. It's a little bit behind Mullin. And so it's just stepped in front of and cleared. And EOC tries to return it over to McLean, but not enough on it. And it's going to go over on the right-hand side. And that's Apter all the way run forward. And he's being followed by Matty James the whole way, who just eventually just takes the ball from him, gets it to Howard. Cute little play there as Palmer chests that one down, tries to get the pass to Mullin, can't do it, but he stays with it and gets it to McLean. Well done on the effort there. That was just a frustrating Velcro fight the ball, stay with it, keep it on you, and then clear it, and we get possession out of it. Well done by Palmer to get that over to McLean. McLean cuts his front, beats Ofaya, draws it back to Rathbone, 30 yards out, switch over to the right-hand side. Can't get Brendan's hope of getting more play over on the right-hand side as that pass is a little bit light, and Tyre just clears it out. Come on now. Joseph heads it on. Kluwer steps in front, plays it back to Chomp, and Chomp. The other thing that I like about Chomp is he doesn't waste any time. Like, that's one where he could have stopped it, settled it down, made sure, thumped it down, but instead he just steps right into it. Fans a little bit louder as Rathbone couldn't get that one and it gets knocked forward. Max gets it in front of Fletcher. Dangerous opportunity a little bit if he missed that one. But well done by him. That's one of those little things that you like. Barney knocks it out. And I didn't say it. I'll wait until I get this throw in, maybe. Pleasure Beach, the amusement park, had the largest roller coaster in the UK until recently. Bounced around left-hand side. The useless tidbits that you learn doing those Who Are You series things. Oh, that was a nice little header forward. Now we've got some problems. That's Ofaya, 18-yard box, dances around Rathbone, puts it forward, and tackled, and well done. And Matty James, and he gets dragged down. The ref not calling things, probably trying to lower his stats a little bit. Altipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz, bringing you this ad-free. If you're looking for pins, press, soft enamel, hard enamel, or more important, probably those medals, challenge matches and races, sports competitions, those sorts of things, reach out to them, multipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz, and get yours as Palmer puts it forward to Mullin and tries to get it there. McLean now over on the left-hand side. McLean trying to get across, hammers, and here's your corner, Brendan.
Who they got kicking it? Rathbone? Okay.
Yeah, no Lee out there. So it's got to be Rathbone. So it's going to be a right-footed in-swinger. You must be 5 seconds ahead of me as he grabs a bunch of garbage and throws it away. I'm wondering, what is that, water bottles? Here we go, right-footed in-swinger, far post, punched away by the keeper. Tyre coming way out past the 6-yard box to be able to get that one free. And Matty James collects it and gets it over to Barney over on the right-hand side. Center back still up. EOC starting to eke his way back into position as it gets played all the way back to Chomp. Pressure coming on him, so he's going to long ball down to Palmer, heads it on, cleared away. Evans knocks it to Ofaya over his head. Moves it forward, and well done by Matty James in the battle just to eke that one over to McLean, and we maintain possession. It's those little added plays that you've had today that Matty James just doing pressure. Palmer knocks it down 2-on-2 in the middle of the area, 18-yard box, turns, tries to squeak it forward, and it just rolls harmlessly and spins before it's cleared out. And now there's a battle between Fletcher and Brunt. And Brunt, well done, sir. Just fends his man off, lets the ball hit the ground, collects it, keeps his man fended off, spins him around, and we maintain possession. Those little things, added extra possession. Mullin fighting with Casey, no call there. Ref letting it go. Long may that continue, I suppose, as long as it's consistent. Who's going to get it? It's all over on the touchline. Multiple players with trying to get it, and it's trying to take it quickly. Mullin taking it, gets a jersey tug off the pitch. And the fans get loud. The chat has gone silent. Everybody getting a little nervy. Is that what the issue is?
No, just so focused on the action.
Looking for Palmer. Can't get there. McLean in the area. Lays it back. Rathbone hammers it. Blocks. McLean collects it again. Pressure. And this all comes from those little added pieces of quality to steal possession and just want the ball a little bit more. Palmer can't get there on the header as that was a dangerous ball coming in.
Perfect pass.
Oh, it's Pleasure Beach makes up 50% of the UK theme parks that I am barred from entering. David Wood, what did you do? We need the story. I don't disagree with Fearless in Devotion. I've been saying that the whole time. Everyone was saying $5 million, 5 million quid striker. And I'm like, no, we want a couple. Palmer gives it to Mullin. He's all by himself. And so he has to hold it off. He ends up turning his man, still fighting, nothing given. Cannon gets it, plays it, tries to get it to Palmer, and it's cleared up straight in the air. Scrambly clearances, but at least they're clearances if you're Blackpool, and Rathbone collects it, and away we go again. Yes, Deandra. Nice spell, but we want more. Part of the problem is every once in a while my chat thing freezes, and I never know what happens. And so, Palmer trying to steal it, can't get it. Tyrer gets it, and he's just going to kick it away. We'll get another throw. More pressure. Bend, break them. Bend and break them. Bali. I don't think we have Indonesia, Keith. Do we have Indonesia?
Yeah, we have Indonesia, I believe.
We do. Far post. Oh, couldn't get it down. Matty James right in front. Can't get it after he knocked it down. And it was a little bit off of his foot, heavy on the right touch. And I say heavy, but it was well done to bring it down. Barney turning his man as he's being horse collar tackled, and we'll get a free kick. He was going to take it quick. Don't. Thank you. I thought he was going to take it quick, but we'll take that from 20 yards out. Set it up. That's the difference too, Kim, right? We've been talking about that. And yes, welcome, Keith. Bali, to me, dare I say it, Keith, and I'm interested in your perspective, overrated. Vastly overrated. That's just me. Rathbone, right footer, lots of jerseys in the middle of the area, middle of the 18-yard box, one man in the wall, so he's going to be looking for a head there. Let's do a thing here from a set piece. Come on, Ollie. Ollie to Ollie. Ollie squared. Loose, and I was rolling over to Ollie, and he tried to get to it, but instead it's blocked off. Matty James collects it. He's just going to get it to Chomp and give him a chance to resettle. Oh, now you're rubbing it in. So I want to sit with Wayne, do I? McLean, the ball came loose free to him, and so he's able to collect it, but not really in a position to go forward, so he draws it back to Brunt. Brunt follows Rathbone with tons of space. 18-yard box, crossover, heavy. Barney knocks it down, pitches it forward. Oh, big save by Tyrer. Pushing that one over to the right-hand side, and as that goes out, we're going to get a throw in. Thought that was going to go in. Tyrer was celebrating. Mark saying that there were fans getting ready to celebrate a goal going in off of the foot of Barney, and it doesn't. Yeah, come on, lads, keep on the pressure. Brunt moving forward now with it. Gets it forward to Ollie. Nice little touch. He's got McLean to his left. Instead, he crosses it in, headed up into the air, moved up and forward and pushed. Nope, free kick. All right. So Rathbone wins the header and gets it over to McLean. Those little added possessions. McLean, tries to find a screaming Mullin. And it just goes up over top, and Tyra is saying, selling it down. They're killing me, Smalls. They're killing me. Breathe. And Bristol goes up 1-0 on Exeter. Whoa. Mullin did get his foot on that, just trying to flick it over past Tyra and just misses. It goes over top of the net. Bali is full of drunken Aussies and a lot of diamond and jewelry merchants. The amount of places I got taken to go and buy stuff. I mean, the temples were cool. The beaches were nice. I much preferred Bintan, which is just off the coast of Singapore. Less touristy. Beach is not quite as nice, but still. My favorite still, I don't know, Kota Kinabalu or Phuket. Or not Phuket, Koh Phi Phi. Sorry, Koh Phi Phi or Kota Kinabalu in Malaysia. Goal disallowed. W and G following along. Enjoy the game, man. I'm telling you. I love you, but I'll tell you this much: if and when I'm in Wrexham, Brendan's doing this solo. I might join for the half. McLean, but I doubt I will. I probably want to soak it all in. McLean, far post, headed away. And that just falls down to the feet of Coulson, who's going to move it forward. Nice header by Cleworth to get it all the way to Barney over two players, but he lost it. Cannon steps in front. He's going to steal it back. And there's a foul, and we're going to get a free kick. Sarah, gifting of sponsorships. Thank you so very much. Brian, Sean, Satoxin, Michael Poff, Decisions. You guys all become sponsors as a consequence of the generosity there. I'll take it. Joni Mitchell and Hope by Klaatu. I'm up there with them. I will take it. No shout for the Bare Naked Ladies, and I mean the band, not like Naked Canadians. Although I'm sure they're a top export too. Awkward.
Rathbone's a different player in this second half.
He is. Rathbone has been something different. So we're about 1.5 yards, 2 yards away from the goal line. This is essentially a corner with space to right footer. Here it comes. Heavy, long, and pushed out for a corner. Let's go again.
Didn't even know he was playing in the first half, and now he's all over the place.
Fair comment. Absolutely fair comment. Oh, Valentine's Day. Something to think about. The Junos are here as well in March. That's our version, the Canadian version of the Grammys. Left-footed in swinger. Oh, that was dangerous and got kicked out. I thought Kluwerth was going to get that, but he didn't and left it wise. And so we're going to get McLean again with another left-footed in swinger. That one came flat and close to the goal line and just got cleared out. So let's see what he does. EOC says, "Hey, I'm over here." Another flat one. That one wasn't very threatening at all. Bristol goes up on Exeter again. This time we'll see if it sticks. Don says this channel to Rush and then Molson Beer. Palmer gets it 20 yards, leaves it for Rathbone. Rathbone draws it back. He's got Brunt over on the 18-yard box, chipped up. It's deep, it's heavy, and too far. Yeah. Well, the big thing for us, and I think I shared this with the channel, I don't know, is my wife said we're going to the UK and we're going in like February or March. And so I'm scrambling to try and find a way that I can get in as many Wrexham games as possible in that window. Although I do have family obligations in Doncaster. Still have to be the good son-in-law, I guess. But maybe I just make myself sick. Palmer chasing it, and that one's cleared away by Pennington. Husband gets it out, and more possession for us. See, between the possession that we're nicking and the possession they're giving away, I just need to get a goal. Yikes. W&G with the scores whilst in the race course. How's Wrexham for you? I'm wondering if W&G can see that or hear it. Yeah, April, too late for her to get out there and with school stuff for the wee little ones. So McLean with it, collects it. A bad clearance by Lafayette, and so no possession for us. Long may that connect. Muddy, you must be Canadian. Non-Canadians don't talk about the hip. They're like the Arctic monkeys. And if you just went, who? The Arctic monkeys are the tragically hip of the UK. Lots and lots of hits, well known in the UK, but not known outside. And kind of part of the thread of a culture that's completely missed. Thrown in and the whistle blew. The referee wants to go and talk to somebody. Parkey getting attention from the referee, and I don't know what that was all about. That's the whole plan, and I want to leave it there. I've said I was going to ship it over, and zut, W&G letting us know Birmingham has gone up 2-0 on Burton.
No, you got to try to find a way to reach out to Mark and see if you can get on the show.
I saw that one differently. I thought he danced that around and got kicked out. Barney did, and I thought it got kicked out by the defender. But instead, it's going to go a smiling Parky talking to a ref. That was a first, I think, because it was unintended. Agreed. I have 2 flags. One that can stay there, one that can stay here. That was the intention. I just never got around to it. Well done, David Wood. Palmer in a battle, maintains possession, 18-yard box, right-footed, blocked. Half cleared. Rathbone, gets it over to Cannon. He's rammed into a body. The ball's scramble loose, and Joseph gets it. And here they come. Apter's over on the far right-hand side. Joseph's going to keep running it forward, and he draws it back and puts it bad pass into the feet, and it just gets knocked around. Can we get a break going this way? Mullin collects it, and Mullin's going to turn halfway line. I thought he was going to go with McLean left side, tried to find Palmer, and he gives it away. Americans have no idea who the Tragically Hip are. Isn't that sad? And it's true. The fact that the Bare Naked Ladies are more globally renowned than the Tragically Hip is mind-boggling to me. And the thing is, if you ask a Canadian to say, recommend a Tragically Hip song, everybody would say a different song. Like, I would recommend Little Bones myself. Wickham goes up 3-0. Birmingham 2 up. For God's sake, Stevenage. Somebody do a thing. We need 3 points. With everything going on, we need 3 points offside. Yeah. Rathbone just a little bit ahead.
Fletcher time.
Yeah, I would see that. 65th minute. Fletcher coming in for Palmer. Palmer's had himself a game, but... Round of applause for Palmer on that one. That was well done. We need to find a goal here, though. Jeepers. Come on. Ugh. So Dobson's the other for sure. Brendan, have you ever heard of the Arctic Monkeys?
No, I have not.
Okay. Maybe is that a poll? Married to South Yorkshire lass, so I have to listen to the Arctic Monkeys quite a bit. There's Alex with his recommendation for a hip song, Blow It High Dough. We haven't touched the musical genres during a watch along. And I guess that's our distraction as we nervously wait for something to happen in the game. Please find me a goal. Wrexham, to be clear. Rathbone working on Ofaya, who had lots of time, and Rathbone just closed on him, freed it up with a tackle. It's going to go to Mullin with possession. Well done. See, that's been the thread of the second half. Just stealing possession, stealing possession. There's a battle in the middle of the field, and EOC takes it, and Kluwerth landed hard on his right hip, rolls over, he gets himself up. We'll see how he's running after that one as Barney's over on the right-hand side, blocked, and we'll get a throw in. Gord, when he died of cancer, the lead singer, 24 Hours, played by, that's basically the BBC, or the CBC in Canada, and gave 24 hours to their music. That's how important they have been. Called a handball. I don't like that. You get a shove in the back and you throw your arms out to get your balance and it hits your hand. Never heard of him. Well, I've never heard of the Jam. So maybe that's maybe there's truth to that. I don't know. But I'm with you. I feel like we're building something. I'd rather be ahead by a century. 45% possession in the final third, 42% in the mid middle third and only 13% in our own third. That's where the ball has been. 87% in the middle and final third. That's crazy, and it's 1-1. Yeah, Tom Cochran's another good one. Yeah, I'll have to. Left-hand side, Bristol looking to get a little bit of possession going. Evans with it. Draws it back, and they're going to maintain control as that goes through Casey. No subs from Blackpool. Casey, we've got 20 minutes and added time left to find one here. There's going to be a lot of Googling music after this one. Brunt gets it and then banged it off of Fletcher and gets a free kick. A throw-in. Well done by him. I need the crowd to get picking him up. W&G, start cueing a chant. Brunt up to Fletcher on the throw. Flicks it on. Blackpool gets it back. Fletcher. Now we got two Fletchers. Good Fletcher, bad Fletcher. Husband has it for them. Oh, I think the answer is yes, though. Isn't the answer just automatically yes? Who's going to say no? I mean, to be fair, we had almost a Declan Swans concert in the Welsh Hall. The bad Fletcher commits a foul, and so we'll get a free kick just on our side of the halfway line. Good Fletcher knocks it down to Mullin. Mullin moving forward, left footer, stopped by Tyrer. Well done by good Fletcher to head that one down and get it to Mullin in a place where he could play it. He just let the ball roll in front of him and turned with it. Fended off the defender, Pennington, took a shot. Yeah. Our Fletcher is the only Scottish Viking Jesus. Ooh, Brunt knocked that one down. EOC able to go and maintain possession. Gets it up to Rathbone. He's got McLean on his left. Fletcher and Mullin on the other side. Gets it up to McLean. Inside the 18-yard. That entry did nothing.
They have too many guys in there. Did you see how many they had? It looked like they had 8 or 9 guys in the box there.
Parking the bus a little bit, it seems, for them, letting them come at us. Early Arctic Monkeys was great. The last few albums were wet cement. And yeah, that Welsh Hall evening is going to be one of my favorite memories for a while. The Highlander rule. There's another classic. Hey, force a mistake. Morgan comes back and just goes to, I don't know what he was trying to do. He just thumped that way out. And so we'll get a throw in and we settle it down. EOC has it. Long ball looking for Fletcher. Gets it over to, Heavy.
Where is Cannon? He's got to get forward more.
Come on. EOC steals another possession on the throw-in, and away we go. Come on.
There we go. Toque time.
It has to be done. 2 games without full points. We got to take them. I know it's Blackpool. I know we're at home, but give me some luck here. Might have to open the window here. Get some cold air in. Matty James puts it forward. Mullin, if he's onside, just got cleared away the other way. And here comes Colson with it. He's over on the offside this time. Draws it back, and he's going to go to Ofaya. Toque time. Flicked on, and this is going to be after with it, but he's tackled. Ooh. What would the sound for toque time be? Is there a song about toques? I'm sure there is. Oh, my logo's way off. Can't have that. Ofaya moves it forward, gets a nice ball back, and Ofaya, this Bristol, been a long time since they've entered into the final third, but here they go. 18-yard box, lots of space. After takes a shot, well blocked by Brunt. Cleared away, and Bristol's able to collect it. That's Morgan, gets it over. He's got Husband who's come all the way up. He draws it back to Morgan. I have never heard of status quo. Well, since I put it on, it's gone the other way. Diagonal, that's well done by them to get over to the far left side. Kept in, and Barney gets over, and well done, sir. Just clear it out of danger. Birmingham up. Bolton up on Barnsley. We'll take that one, I guess. Charlton up. Bristol Rovers up on Exeter. We'll take that one, I guess. Mansfield's thumping Peterborough. Long may they suffer. Dangerous 20-yard box played forward, but it's a heavy pass. Are they able to save it? And too heavy. And McLean heads it. Apter comes out and gets it. Apter and McLean fighting over the ball. Apter over near the corner flag, turning, draws it back, and he's got Morgan. Morgan's got Ofaya as an option behind him, and he decides, no, I'm going to push it forward, and gets around Rathbone and back. Evans draws it to the left-hand side. Casey, and they're coming backwards now all the way across the halfway line. There you go, Bob. If Bob and Doug McKenzie have a reference to a toque, that's about as Canadian as it can get. Oh, Black. Since I put the toque on, it's gone the wrong way. Corner. Blasted off of Kluwer's backside. And with all the musical stats and tributes, tidbits. Right-footed in-swinger coming from Evans on the corner. Here comes the delivery. It's a dangerous one, and it's headed up over top by Joseph. Ooh. Howard was late getting to it. It got to Joseph. That's a dangerous one, and we're fortunate there. $15. Don't take away my time. Oh, you got it yourself. I was like, holy crap. Gave me a heart attack. I was like, what? What? Am I that far behind? Mo Fall winner. How's that? I'll call it. You think Mo Fall actually comes in? Exeter coming right back against Bristol. The rain's picked up. Everybody's got their Wrexham hat being thrown on. It hasn't been working for me. Stockport still losing to Huddersfield. We need a goal. EOC wins that header battle, but it gets pushed back the other way by Pennington. EOC pushes it back the other way, and there's a foul. Oh, no foul. All right. We'll take it. They've got a player sprawled out. Cannon gets it forward, loses control, and it's going to be a throw in here. Come on! Everybody think of the same thing I'm thinking. Fletcher maintains control, gets it over to Rathbone. He's going to get possession, draws it back to Brunt. Brunt moving forward down the left-hand side, stops, Gets it to Rathbone, middle of the pitch. He's going to get it over to Max over on the right-hand side. Max looking to find Barney. Barney collects it. He's looking to dance around his man, husband, and he gets it back on the return pass, and he'll earn himself a corner. Went for the cross, banged out, and we'll get a corner. McLean's going over to take that one.
Put some air under it this time, McLean.
Yes. Serve something up. I'd like to see it, too, about 8 feet away from the goal, to be fair. The Tyre is pretty confident being able to go out and punch stuff away. So I'd like to see it in that area that he can't get to it. Far post, dangerous. Keeper went down. Whistle went. I don't know what happened there. Rathbone there. Tyre is down. Barnsley draws a tie. That's not what we wanted, W&G. But I still love the fact that you're doing this. Yeah, but what's it matter? We were better in the last two as well. And dropping 4 points is painful in games that you're better. Dropping 6 is freaking nightmare. I don't even want to know what that translates as. Cannon out for Dobson. The man bun is gone for Dobson.
Maybe Dobson's speed running around can free something up on the offense, because Cannon was a non-factor. As much as Rathbone was a non-factor in the first half, Cannon disappeared.
Yeah, Coulson came out. The bad Fletcher came out. So they got Jordan Rhodes, 16, and I don't know who came in for Coulson. Sonny Carey, another midfielder, came in for Coulson. So like for like on both accounts. Not that I'm aware of. Mullin, Fletcher bounces around. That was a sort of a dangerous, ugly defender one. It was sort of an awkward, weird bounce, and you don't know where it's going to go. Matty James maintains control. Gets it forward. Rathbone on the pass from Brunt, draws it back. He gets it over to Cleworth on the right-hand side. Cleworth stomps on it to EOC. EOC, nice pass to McLean. Offside. Yikes. EOC up to 8.4. He's had himself a solid first half. He has stolen lots of possession. I'll give him credit. But the first half was a little bit The second half has been very impressive. And Tyra gets us back. Yeah, sort of frustrating. I wouldn't say lucky. We'll see how much money we spend.
Right now, men of the match, Mullin, Rathbone, Chomp, and EOC all in the mix.
Yeah, I can see that. Barnett headed back forward and he gets it to Morgan. Morgan now left-hand side. Swung down Barney. Nice little tackle away. They'll get a throw in left-hand side about 8-9 yards away from the goal line. Oh, 9 minutes plus added time. Find some magic here, please. We're due for one going our way at the end, right? We've had 6 points stolen at the depth. I'm tired of it. Need one going the other way. Collected by Fletcher, turns, controls, gets it forward to Mullin, who just heads it on, and Ofaya has to chase it back and draw it back to Tyre. All of the monies. Oil money, Wrexham. McLean with it across the halfway line. Early deliver, Fletcher too heavy. Tyrer collects. Easy as. Not a lot of pressure going the other way for a while. Carey, the sub for Coulson, has it, draws it back. Up to Ofaya across the halfway line on the pass. Stops, turns, draws it back. After, no, Morgan. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. He didn't have much he could have done. He had two players in front of him. I think the early cross was the right option. He just didn't get enough weight under it. Really? "15 shots for us to 7, 3 shots on target, 18 touches in the opposing box, 55% possession. We're ahead, except on the scoreboard. Find it, lads. 7 minutes till we find out how much added time in it. What, 2-3 minutes? 3 minutes because of the subs, I'm guessing. McLean tries to eke out possession, can't do it. Evans maintains it. Brunt, nice pass forward. Dobson, Barney, 3 numbers in front, 3 people in front of him, and his cross is bounced off the backside and it's cleared. Can Dobson go and get that? He can, and there's a foul the other way as Cluworth fouled Rhodes, apparently. He did sub Palmer and Fletcher, but we've left Mullin out, and Mullin's coming off now. Mo Fall, find us some magic there, young man. Now's your time. We paid you a couple pence. Go and do your thing, sir. Wiping the sleep from his eyes is Mo Fall. O'Connell offside, no flag. And that didn't go out. So Blackpool maintains possession. This is frustrating because all of this should have been our ball. That's one of those ones where you're certain it was offside. And here they come forward. Dangerous. Blackpool, right-footed, deflected, and caught. You can do it. You can do it all night. I don't even know what that reference is. I just know that it's not me who came up with it. Mo Fall, up in the air. Flop. 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 Maybe a little bit with the shoulder push. Made it look not so incidental. Thank you. RKO with the reference. Is it also from Little Nicky? Did it come out in multiple movies? It's not the fog. The man, the myth, the legend Mo Fall. Chomp gets us underway. Looking for Fletcher. He knocks it down. Fletcher! Blocked. Handball. Penalty! Woo! Come on. Gotta love a referee who gives away penalties. Gotta love and no Mullin to take it. Who does take it? Fletcher? Fletcher have to take it? Do you go with the cagey veteran? Let's get the pull up if I can do it in time. Let's get the pull up if I can do it in time. Who takes it? Fall. Fletcher. McLean. Who's the last option? Rathbone? I don't even know. Start it. You guys have a quick vote, and we'll see who steps up to the dot. Now I already know. Fletcher's holding the ball. Score it. Score it. Mark saying on the replay may not have hit his hand. I don't care. Let's do it. Left footer from Fletcher, standing back on the line, 87th minute. Tyrer staring at him at the box. Put it in the net. That's all I ask of you. Here he comes, left-footed. Scores! The Vikings assume the pose, sir. 2-0. Yes! Thank you, sir. Show off that package, indeed. That is all of the angst and frustration and nerves and everywhere, purging the depth of my soul for a release. Far post, Tyrer going the other way. My own personal Jesus. Bring in the late luck. Thanks, RKO. You can step in whenever you wish, my friend. Fletcher having a chat with somebody, with Casey. Just getting it out. 89th minute. 4 minutes of added time. Is that what we're going with? What's your bet?
Yeah, 4 minutes is about right.
Throw in our way. Fortunate there. Divine intervention, Julia. That's probably the way to go about it. That was a massive shout for a handball. You're up against an official who's given away three penalties in 4 games.
It was hard to see, but was it the guy who put his hands above his head? Is that who it hit?
They say he had his hands above his head, and it would have been a handball if it hit his hands, but they don't think it hit his hands. I couldn't tell from the replay one way or the other, and frankly, I don't give two expletives. Mo Fall fighting him off. Fletcher takes it from him. Mo Fall curls off. Mo Fall into the area. Mo Fall knocked down. Mo Fall. Do your thing, but can't score. See, whether guy's saying the same thing that I did is you can see his hands up. It would have been a handball if it hit. Mo Fall. A little bit of Bambi, a little bit of magic. Nobody better than Steven Fletcher. Not even Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, Julia, I'm with you. 5 minutes of added time. Okay, stretch it out then, why don't you? He'll be call happy for a pen going the other way as it hits him in the backside, and it'll be a free ball. He's going to play it back to Blackpool as it thumped him, and he goes to Evans, and nice little play by Rathbone to get that one rejected back out the other way. Carey, left-hand side, don't like this. Pushed forward. Dobson, nice little tackle, collects it in the corner, and then he just chips it out. They're yelling for a corner, but I think he saved that. And it's a throw-in over on the right-hand side. Evans, throw in. 5 yards away from the goal line. He's got a Tozer-like long ball that's going to be there. Hold. Okay, we don't have to get that excited. The referee blew it down. Not yet. Dobson's gone with less gel. He's trying to do man bunny-ish type stuff. Long ball thrown in near post, headed on. Brunt is there. He's going to clear it. Is going to stay in for Fall to fight for it. He can't get there, and it's Barnett over the top. Fall He's going to get there first, but he's on the right side up against the goal line. Nice little touch to knock it down. Just maintain possession. I would have eaten that. Come on, young man. Don't get too excited. Just got too excited. It was written in the scriptures that the Savior should rise from the bench and hope would be reborn in the form of a Scottish Viking. Bum, bum, bum. That's about as good as I get. It does dissolve in water. Apter off, Ballard in. Another forward, so that's 3 forwards forward, and they're stuck back, waiting to throw it in on the left-hand side. Chip down. EOC clicks it one way, it cuts the other way. Cleworth trying to win it over Casey. Can't do it. Casey still fighting it. Barney's there. Barney grabs it, clears it, doesn't, bounces back. Cleworth clears. Breathe. Pushed forward, back up in the air, over to O'Fire, right-hand side. He draws it back. Pennington, 35 yards away, going to go diagonal switch far left side. EOC steps in front, heads it down, but to a blue jersey. Barney knocks it down. It pinballs around. It's there, and Cleworth steps in front, and he gets wiped out. Cleworth got there first, got wiped out, earned a free kick. Breathe. I'm reminding you guys, and me. Ay. Give me a Nicorette. Sarah going to be walking around tomorrow in a Wrexham gear. I'm all for it. Send the pictures. Join the Discord up above. Chomp cleaning out the boots, making sure that he doesn't stumble here. Don't want Chomp hurting himself. Delivers it. Fletcher flicked it on behind fall. Mo Fall gets it to Dobson. Tried to get it to Fall. Fall tried to dance around it. Doesn't get there. Gets a Tyrer. And Tyrer moves it forward to Ophia. Ophia stops. He's got Rathbone on him. Draws it back. And here comes the heavy kick. Is it going to stay in? It does.
Less than a minute.
But Grun just gets it out there. 20 seconds and a little bit of added time beyond that for the sub, I'm guessing, as Evan swings it in too far, going to go wide, and can we get there before it goes out, or is going to throw in? I can't do either. Cigarette after a joint. I'm just pumping myself full of 1 milligram Nicorette lozenges. Let's go. It was Fletcher scissor kick, and even I couldn't see on that whether it hit him on the arms or not. I'm just going to assume the ref got it right. Calling for the whistle. It's going to go out. Here it is. You can put 3 points on the board. Wrexham, with a little race course magic, draws this one up the damn town. Whew. Yikes. That was fun. That was entertaining. My heart rate is up. I'm sweating through a toque. And where else would I want to be on a Saturday Boxing Day? Then with you guys sharing the heart palpitations on that one. W&G. You are allowed to go back to the Kairos whenever you want, my friend. It doesn't have to just be Blackpool. 3 points. Say it again. Say it loud. That's all we needed. And
we used the power of the double toque to get that victory.
Oh, did you have a toque on as well? I missed yours.
I went with my Angry Birds.
Oh. I don't even know what to say about that one. Brendan, sum up that second half. And did you see whether that hit a hand or not? Like, were you voting yes or no if you had to say?
I didn't see it hit a hand. I saw the ball appear to ricochet out. and I couldn't see where it went. They had a lot of hands up in the box in a lot of bad positions, well above their head, arms kind of spread in different areas. So, I mean, if it got close, they almost deserve it for just shit defense. I don't know why they're sticking their hands up like that.
Well,
They
it
kind
was a
of
weird
deserve.
delivery from Fletcher too, right? Like it didn't come anticipated. He kind of knocked it down left foot the other way. It was all a fluid one motion, but not the standard typical move. So I'm wondering if it caught them all off guard as well. There's a good one from Mumbling's. Holy fog. And that pretty much sums up that one. As to the half generally, what were your thoughts?
I thought we outplayed them. I thought we were the definite better team in the second half. First half, maybe they edged us. No, they beat us in the first half. We were just lucky enough to make some great saves. But we were the better team in the second half, and ended up getting it done.
Should do a man of the match here as we shut that one down, as most people leaning towards Fletcher taking it. Turned out that was the right shout. And so if we do man of the match, who do we got? We got O'Connell, Mullin, Fletcher, and Rathbone.
Yeah, Rathbone was good. Yeah, Howard.
Mullin.
You liked, before Fletch scored, it was EOC, Howard, Rathbone.
Well, let's put Howard in there. So Mullin, O'Connell, Howard, and Rathbone.
Yeah.
Start that poll. Let everybody have their say. Howard not really called on in the second half, but that dive to the left was massively important. Chomp has to be in it. He isn't now. Still can't believe that Chomp didn't take the pen. I am with you. Oh, man. So I'm going to watch these highlights and see if we can pick that one up as we're watching the goal that happened in the first half with just the surprise cross that Chomp didn't come out and get. Bad Fletcher, pushing it in the back of the net. That was a lot of fun today. Thanks to everybody that's been a part of it. A couple things before you leave. If you haven't hit the like button, go and do that. If you're over on Twitch and Twitter and you've been following this whole thing, come over to YouTube and hit the like button as well. Subscribe, join in. And remember, Ultimate Promotions, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. If you're looking for your pins, soft enamel, hard enamel, pressed, whatever you want, they got it. Free artwork, free shipping. They'll set you up, and they're also giving discounts on the medals for challenge racing, challenge races, youth sports competition, whatever you want. Custom design, really cool artistic stuff. Connect with them, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz.
Can I jump in for a second here?
Do it.
Alex pointed out he beat me to it while I was letting you riff there. The top four teams, this is the day. This is the day that there's separation, I think. They're up. The difference between Wrexham and Stockport, which is in fifth, is 3 games now, 9 points. This is all the top four starting to pull away, I think. So these will be the 4 that are in play for the top 2 positions.
I was hoping Huddersfield would fall off, but they everybody's winning, everybody's getting points, right? Birmingham last 5 all green. Wickham's had 3 draws, so they're maybe sputtering a little bit. And you look at things, just look at the last 5 games. I mean, we've lost 2 points to Huddersfield, but we've gained 2 points on Wickham, even more than that. Even with their win, they'll sub a win for a win, I guess, today on the list, going 3-0 up. So we've gained over them. Blue Sky, that's the Twitter version, and I'm on it, just not as much as I probably should be. We're back here. Just a reminder, no women's match coming up, so we're back on Sunday, the 29th. So a quick turnaround for Wigan Athletic, and then that's the first half of the season done and dusted. Then we will have seen all of the clubs, James McLean's former clubs. Wrexham won. That's all that matters. It's a beautiful thing, ain't it, Hugh? And then we turn the calendar over and we go into January with some heavy matches.
Tuesday.
Yeah, Wednesday, January 1st. Barnsley,
Wednesday,
and then we got Posh 3 days after that. The Football League Trophy third round away to Port Vale, and then Reading, Shrewsbury, Birmingham. And then things get a little bit easier through February, you would think, just looking at the standings, although we've known that we're looking at teams near the bottom or middle of the table, and we've been struggling here a little bit in December. But Stevenage, Crawley, Leighton, Northampton, Mansfield, Bolton, all the way until you get to March, and then it picks up again with Huddersfield, Rotherham, Wickham, Stockport, and then it frees up again. Exeter City, I'll keep on the good side, and then it frees up again in April. The run-in, I like our run-in. Cambridge United, Burton, Wigan, Bristol, Blackpool, Charlton, and Lincoln City. I mean, as a run-in goes, that's fairly decent. Transfer window opens up January 1st. Signings can happen anytime from then up until the end of the month. Don't want to have to deal with a fax machine issue, so I imagine they'll get on it. I do want to look. Somebody gave a shout out for a Korean player that plays for Jeongbuk, and so I'm always curious as to what that's going to look like, and I'll probably look to take that one in. I'm going to take this off, even though my hair is
so I watched the Birmingham Crawley game.
Yeah.
And Crawley played good, but not great. They were just solid, very little in the way of mistakes. And Birmingham didn't play like ass. They were all right, but they looked like a standard League Two team. They did not look dominant. Stansfield looked dangerous the whole game, but other than that, not much. Like, it made me think, well, these guys aren't going to run away with it. Like, we could find ourselves edging Birmingham to get the second spot. That's possible.
All we can do is control ourselves, right? And that's today. What was necessary was you had to get 3 points. It was made even more pressing because of the results that were going on around us. But we had to eke 3 points to get on the right foot. If we were sitting here talking about more dropped points for 3 games in a row, and having lost or drawn at home, there would be a lot more nerves. So, and just a shout out, thanks Sarah for the donations and of the memberships, much appreciated. We'll see you soon. Enjoy watching those, and to Jeannie for the super like and throwing out a little bit of coffee money to support us as we do our thing. I feel a lot better about life, because we needed to and there's Woody. We needed that. And that's exactly where I was with it, is irrespective of what was going on around us, we needed it. It became more pressing because we were watching everybody taking points, full points. What's next? Take a breath. That's how I feel this entire game. Wigan, I don't know how they did today. But they've been hit or miss. They did beat Rotherham. They're sitting 14th. They've snuck their way up the table, I guess. Just our luck. We seem to be finding teams that are into form. And I guess that's only 2 games where they've taken points. But Wigan's sort of still lurking around, trying to see if they've got an option to hit into the playoffs. I don't know. Can they 34 points down to 27? 8 points is a big deal, and that's my eldest awake and stirring. We'll see if I get a visitor, whether he goes and sees his mom. Oh no, that's the youngest. So Boxing Day, enjoy the sales, the Christmas stuff. Fall tripped, could have been a penalty call. Do you think so? I don't know. Did you think that was a penalty call on the fall play over on the right hand side? I think he bumped into the guy. He stayed on his feet. It was kind of a scramble play. That would have been something I would have complained if I was the other side. I still don't know. I'm going to have to watch the replay. I still don't know whether it was an actual handball, but we were one of 7 teams, at least I think it was 7 teams, who hadn't had a penalty kick attempt this year. Let's go back and see if that's, because it won't be updated as of yet. Penalty kicks. I mean, you've got Birmingham City who have had 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams. So there were 6 teams going into this one: Bristol, Burton, Exeter, Leighton, Wigan, and Wrexham, who hadn't had a penalty kick so far this season. We're now off of that list. And so surprising when you're a team that sniffs around the box as much as we do that you don't end up just getting one. But we didn't. Wigan can beat us, certainly. And I think they play the spoiler role quite well. I mean, you look at their rivalry with Bolton. They get up for games. So if they do get up for it, you never really know.
James McLean game, right?
It will be the James McLean game. I think they're very Reading-ish in that they'll steal one from you and then they'll completely fall apart in one that you'd expect them to show up. I mean, they drew Shrewsbury, but they looked good against Bolton. So who are you getting from Wigan Athletic? I don't know. You kind of go through there. They close to Wickham in a loss. They beat Barnsley. Drew Stockport. It's just kind of a mixed bag of results for them. I'm sorry, Anna, and it's surprising to me because I don't know anybody else who had the issues that you had. And I never even suggested, did you try your phone? And I know that's not the same by any stretch, but I actually use my phone and cast to my big screen TV, and it's kind of nice. That sucks, and hopefully you're able to get your money back, but I know that that's not the same. But at least you got us, and maybe that's a decent substitute. I don't know. How's, like, as far as your heart goes in this one, do you the sense and the feeling and the emotion taking the 3 points from this one, is it about the same? Were you more nervy than before?
I think it was a big one because it's too many draws lately, and we're dropping points, and it feels like we're just not getting it done. We don't have the luck. We're not clicking. So this was big to get two really. I mean, the penalty isn't so much of a fantastic goal, but the Mullin play was fantastic, and the save by Chomp, you feel like maybe we're starting to turn the corner here. So,
yeah, I'm trying to think of this season, which game had me this emotionally invested and exhausted. And I shouldn't say invested, more exhausted. I'm going through them to try and figure out maybe the Peterborough match, even though it was a 2-0 win, just because I wanted it so bad because their fans were donkeys. But I think other than that, Reading we controlled. Bolton was a deserved result, and I never really got fired up, and it's so early in the season. But I think the fact that we drop points so frequently, I really, really, really didn't want to see points being dropped for 3 in a row. I just saw that as being bad news for the second half of the season. And I said this before, and you tell me your thoughts on this. If we were on a 3-4 game losing streak going into January, does that change the intentions of the ownership to go out and get another player, like to sign strikers? Are we getting them anyway, irrespective of results, because we need them and we're Wrexham and we're looking to build? Or would there be an opportunity for the owners to say, you know what, we're happy to take our shot in the playoffs and we'll consolidate and we'll spend the money a little bit later?
I think it's pretty obvious that we need to make something happen at keeper. And I think they knew they made a mistake by not adding there for the most part. Like, they got fouled, but they didn't really add there like everyone thought they should in the summer. So they knew they needed to do something. I think that their record would dictate how big of a splash. Did you go unused Premier League guy, an extra or former Premier, or upper tier of Championship League? That's where I think that how much they were going to spend if they got two was going to be largely dependent on their record. But I think they had to go striker no matter what.
Yeah.
So.
And Don saying, I don't think it's in Rob's nature to just settle for the playoffs, and Woody identifying exactly what you said. We need a striker, and I thought there'd be reason to temper something, and also depending on when Marriott is due to come back, him being back out training at least. So things are looking optimistic there. Aaron and Woody both saying basically the same thing about the pressure and 35 minutes with no joy, the stressful as far as wanting to win this season. And so, yeah, it was good to bring the defibrillator conversation back and the heart palpitations, as that was a frustrating one to kind of endure before we ended up getting the relief that we needed. World Junior Hockey Championships, those start today. I don't even know what time that starts. For those that don't know, ice hockey championships I'm talking about in Canada, that is the most important international tournament that Canada play for hockey, other than the Olympics. It's more important than the World Hockey Championships because our hockey playoffs are still going on, so our best players aren't over there. But this is guaranteed best on best U20s, and every year it's massive. We crapped out last year and lost in the quarterfinals, and those damn Americans took it from us. And they're the favorites going into this one, so it'll be a fun one to watch. That'll be New Year's Eve. Will be that one, but I've got to find out when the World Juniors start because I can focus on that. So that's my day. What do you got planned for Boxing Day?
Just relaxing, enjoying leftovers.
We'll be doing that. I think I've got to figure out, and here's the other shout that if anybody in the chat has any comments, I've got these, and I'm going to stand up while I do this. I've got these little boxes that are going to go up on the wall and be filled with things. How many should I put up? What should I do with them? And I got to find a way, if anybody knows lighting, how to make that less glowy so that I can put it up without it. Got that one shipped all the way from England, and I want to be able to use it and show that thing off, but it's so blurry.
It looks pretty good right now. It's a little blurry, but it looks pretty good.
Maybe it's the natural light coming in a little bit from this side. Maybe if I power a light over on the backside, I'll play with my lighting a little bit. But if anybody has any, am I going to do a stream watch along of which one? We'll be here for the Wigan game. We're always there. Oh, for the World Juniors? I never thought about that. I'd drive my wife nuts. That's the problem. It's family time. And I think if I sat in here for multiple days, and those are going to be like every day for the next little bit. Plus, I've got a trial coming up, still scheduled for January 20th. And if that runs, Brendan, you're going to have to step in, and we'll see what ends up happening. And so might have to see if we can find another support person to maybe help out and carry the ball on that one, because that's a 3-week trial that's set to run starting January 20. And part of me wants to do it and part of me doesn't. So we'll see what happens with that. Work, always a thing. 4:30 p.m. Canada versus Finland, a big one out of the box because we stuffed it. So we got put in the tough pool with Finland and the Americans. So it'll be a battle. But yeah, 3 boxes, says Deandra. Some sort of translucent filter sheet or something to temper the glow. Yeah, I'll have to figure something out. Translucent sheet. All right. 4 to 6 with merch and half plants. Yeah, I'm looking to do that. I've got the picture behind it. I've got the map. I got the flag. We'll try and put it in some combination. But before I set those all up, put them in there with the whole idea that it should be this far away from the wall over there that we can use this room for.
You're going to have to stack the boxes vertically. Otherwise, they're going to dominate the wall.
Well, I can stagger them, no?
Yeah, it's just, then you wouldn't be able to get the posters or that light up, right?
Yeah.
Like I was thinking on the left side or the right side, you go one string of those boxes top to bottom.
We will have to see. Anyway, I've got stuff to play with, and so we'll see if I do that over the next little bit or whether I leave it for a while. It is going to be that. It is going to be. That's all I can say. And that's part of the reason why I wouldn't want to do it. It's going to be. Yeah, Deandra can always fill in. If you're down, somebody step in. We'll figure that out. It's because it's the closer we get, the closer it looks like it's going to go. And then the nice thing about it is, I will, as long as Trump ends up behind bars, you're forgiven. Yeah, that's not what I do. What was I saying before I got distracted with the Trump thing? The documentary had a point where Harvey said if they were within 6 points of the automatic spots, they would press forward heavily. Well, we're in it, so we'll have to see what happens. I don't think Sam Dolby's coming back. Maybe you can get a little bit of cash for him. He scored again today. Shocking to me. Yeah, we'll figure that out. You won't chase away all the viewers. Never. Not at all. Not at all. And that's part of the fun, isn't it? I'm certainly no expert. So we'll figure out what happens with that. But the joy of that is it's lots of hours, and that frees up more time so I can excuse myself and get away over to the other side. Yeah, the thing is I love Josh, but Josh and I do very different things, and he's very good at what he does, and that's not my universe. And I think I like what I do. Whether I'm good at it, I guess people will talk about it. But I guess that's always an option. But I like the idea of the independent side of ours to theirs, and it's different, that people can go and watch the different take of it. But him and I do have a thing potentially planned. It's just this whole trial thing holding everything back up. And there you go. Don says, I enjoy the women's game commentary. I do too. It's different in style, but it's got its place, and I'm certainly a fan. So it's Powell River, home of the Kings. What else do we talk about, Brendan? We got Wigan coming up on Sunday. Are there any other matches that we can do in neutral? I haven't even looked.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to the times on Sunday and what else is going on in off times. We can look at that and then talk. And
yeah, let's have a chat about that. So the 29th. Oh. There is. Charlton hosts Wickham.
That might be worth a watch, yeah.
Sunday, December 29. I think that's pretty much one that you kind of have to watch, no? Charlton's no joke. The other one, Stockport Rotherham's the other early one that day. And then January 1st, they're all starting at the same time, 3 o'clock in the UK, 7 a.m. on my time, 10 a.m. your time. So it'll be all the same. But we could look at that neutral watch party for sure on the 29th and get that up. If I was to show you, can I bring this over? Let's see if I can bring this over outside the window. That's the view from Port Moody. The fog is real. And it's rainy and very Wales. It's not as thick as Wales at the moment, but that is the view. DeAndre, yeah, I'll be in contact with you. And yeah, we do, Mary, we do want to work together on one thing. And largely sort of it works for both of us because we have different styles, different opinions, different whatever. And so we thought, what if we were to put it out there as sort of he takes one side, I take one side, and go through our opinions as to what we think of things with Wrexham. So a little bit of friendly banter between an American and a Canadian, a little bit of friendly banter, and different than what I get from Brendan. A little bit of an opinion piece is what we're thinking about. We'll see if we can get that off the ground or not. It's just really the timing of things. My whole schedule's shot until I find out what happens here. And I can't just schedule trials in the summer, I found. That's not the way that my practice works. Would be far better. That would be the life. Would it? No. Spend like 3 months just living in court and then have 9 months where I just sit in the office would be much better than what I do. But unfortunately, I try not to be. I mean, I have my views. I think people can probably interpret what I am. Look, most Canadians, to be fair, our right wing is further left than anything you get in the US. And so it's not my place to get involved in what other people believe and what other people think and do and vote the way that you want it. I don't agree with a lot of things. I'm not going to probably agree with our election outcome, even though I don't want the current prime minister to stay. As I'm getting political on this channel, there's enough other things that people have to worry about. They don't need to worry about it here.
This is for escape.
Yeah, I'm not going to convince anybody. So we'll talk football and we'll have a good time, and everybody's welcome. Whether I agree with you or not, people also don't agree with me on my take on EOC, even though I'm right. Or I may have been wrong on that one. Join the Discord. Links up there. Would love to have you guys as much as I can try and follow along with that. And a massive appreciation to Brendan for setting that up. And Brendan, Uber, thanks again for continuing to do what you do. And to W&G for actually giving score updates. I can just imagine him sitting there with his phone out, updating and going back and forth between YouTube app and his update thing to give us score updates. Crazy, fascinating, and a tribute and thank you to him. To everybody that was here. Brendan, did you have any final thoughts before I wrap it up?
No, excited, waiting for Sunday. This next week and a half of only a couple of days than a game, couple days a game is going to be great.
Madness. It's a beautiful madness. It's way better when you're winning too. When you're losing, it's just the insufferable doldrums. Absolutely, Aaron. And everybody, fill your boots and do your thing. We all unify behind the badge, and that's where it's at. And so we will see you guys in 3 days. Right back at it, and we'll see if I get anything done. Thanks to everybody. Thank you to to Ultimate Promotions for sponsoring, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.net. If you're looking for pins or medals, please go and check them out. We'll be here for the Wigan match. The women don't play until the new year, and that will be the last match of 2024, the last match of the first half. We'll end it all on a positive note and get on the front foot for Barnsley on New Year's Day. I'm excited to see how the next little bit boils down, because we're in the thick of it. We're in the thick of it. Mullin, man of the match according to the polls. If I wrap that one up, Mullin 49%. That's winning handily. Howard 28%. Rathbone 13%. O'Connell at 8%. So out to have fun with the kids, and I was going to say and have fun with my wife, but that sounds a little risque. Have a good time with the family. That's what I'm looking to do. And we'll catch you guys in 3 days. Have a blast. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.